1. The end. Hello, this is my first time writing a fanfiction. If you notice any errors, please feel free to give me constructive feedback. English is not my first language, so if you notice any mistakes, please mention them in the comments section at the end of the chapter. Let's begin the story. Warning: everything used in this FIC belong to their respective owners. Word count: 2,700 approximately. Also, I know that this isn't the best way to start a novel. It was an impulsive decision and nothing more. Betrayal. The betrayal from friends. The betrayal from family. The betrayal from acquaintances. The betrayal from coworkers. The betrayal from one's expectations. The betrayal from the world. FCK betrayals. Life is full of betrayals, be it from friends, family, or worse, from our expectations. Well, betrayal is a very strong word. Deception, treachery, dishonesty, perfidy, disloyalty, perfidiousness, and many more. There aren't as many synonyms for betrayal as there are types of betrayal. To be honest, my parents were the only people who, despite scolding and punishing me, never betrayed my trust. They always had my back. They valued me and the choices I made and would always prioritize me. Now, after having a good growing environment, when we come out to the society, we come face to face with the harsh reality and know how cruel the society and world can be. Well, I understand that few of us don't even have that luxury. They don't have an ideal environment while growing up. Everyone has their circumstances growing up. This dog-eat-dog world doesn't spare anyone. Especially if you have no money, no power, and no connections. I am an engineer, and unlike many others in my profession, I am not an extrovert. I am an easygoing guy. I don't take many things to heart. Even if they are heartbreaking for others. It may be because I am heartless. I'm cold and indifferent to many things, but I am soft at times. I am paradoxical, sometimes even I am perplexed by myself. I am kind and caring most of the time, but there are times when I am cold and indifferent towards things which doesn't make sense. My reactions are paradoxical and I have no idea who I am when my true feelings contradict my very own personality. What baffles me most is that deep down I know that this is wrong or very different from what I should have or would have done or shown. I have no idol that I am crazy over, and there aren't many things that can sustain my interest after a few weeks. I always lose my interest in them. I'm a loner and haven't met many people with whom I can vibe. Sometimes I feel as if I am all alone in this world. As to why talk about betrayal, the word didn't have much space in my life a few months back, but now, it is staying rent-free in my life. I am a simple man, born in India, currently living in Germany for a project. My life is currently in shambles. I was betrayed by my team, colleagues. Betrayed by those whom I thought of as friends. I didn't have many friends, to begin with, and getting betrayed by the few I had left me all alone. The girl I had a crush on also got engaged with the guy who backstabbed me. Alone, all alone with no lover or any friends or family. I am just a guy who has a passion for cars. Cars are something that I have had an interest in since I was a kid. Even the cars of whom I was fond of have had ups and downs throughout my life. My interest in them ignited when I was a child but dwindled in my teen years, but it rose again like a phoenix when I was in college. Which brought me to Germany. I'm in my 20s, I have a very long life ahead, I am sure that is what they will say. Anyone else in my shoes would have committed suicide, or those who are optimistic or are afraid of dying would have just moved on with life, but not me. I don't know how or why, but right now I am driving my Koenigsegg Agera R on the Autobahn in Germany, the car I just so happened to purchase or borrow, some might say. I was hoping to purchase Jesco, but it is way out of my budget, and so is this car. I had to sell my old car to buy it. I am going to miss my Porsche 911 for sure. To buy it I had to work very hard, but whether it was worth it or not, only time can say. Luckily for me, there was some businessman who went bankrupt. Well, his bad luck was my good fortune. So his cars were on sale and I borrowed them from the bank for way less than I had expected. Well, now there isn't much of a choice for me, but to see if I can bring out this car's full potential. If I can drive it to the very limit and stay alive. Luckily she won't betray me. If something were to happen it would be on me, just that my skills were not up to my expectations. The same old betrayal from own expectations. Unlike where it was the other person's fault and I had to take the blame, to the end debate. Now this can end in two ways. First, where I successfully travel across the highway till the fuel tank is empty, or it is very simple, the result, I don't get out of here in one piece. I do need music now, don't I? Some light music should help lighten the mood. I kept changing the music till I could find just the music to keep my adrenaline flowing, till I got. This one is not bad. The weather is also good and the road is a bit slippery due to rain and the temperature is low. As for visibility, it's fine. I can make do with headlights. It's pitch black, but not darker than my mood, nothing I can't handle. Well, the driving condition is not that good, but this can be seen as a test from the universe. If I can clear it, then I am immortal. An immortal virgin anyway. Now that I am going fast, why am I even having so many useless thoughts? Several useless thoughts are popping up in my mind. Like, what am I going to miss, if I were to not get out of this? For entertainment, I used to watch anime, read books like novels and comics, or watch F1 or some other racing programs like MotoGP. Now that I think about it, I haven't watched any new anime or any show due to my work. So I am not sure about it. As for novels, I had recently finished reading LOTM. It was a masterpiece if I do say so myself. But I didn't get the chance to read its next book, Circle of Inevitability. But I did read the author's other novel, The Throne of Magical Arcana. I didn't have many chapters back then, but last time I checked, it had more than 500 chapters. I didn't get any time to spend on my hobby. After this, maybe I should just resign, but I am broke. After this car, I don't even have a house. The future is futile, I don't have many options now, do I? All I could do was sigh at myself and the prospect of my future now. My future does look bleak. Just as I was going to sigh again, I heard someone say, "Interesting." This was enough to give me a jump scare, due to which I lost control over my car, but I was able to get it straight again. "Who the FCK are you?" There was a man, wearing a suit, sitting in my car. Who just so happens to mysteriously appear in my car. A car going at 250 miles per hour. "You need not worry about me, just concentrate on the road." What? Never take your eyes off the road, young man. FCK. That was a close call. I was very close to crashing into that car. What is this? Who is this man? And why or how did he even get in the car? Don't stop the car, keep moving. You do wish to run this machine to its very limit, don't you? After the last save, I did not take my eyes off the road and kept the car going. I kept accelerating. Though I wished to stop the car and get this guy out. Since he said not to stop the car, I don't want to find out what is going to happen to me for not following his instructions. After having analyzed the situation, he is not someone to be messed with. There is nothing ordinary about this. First, I was playing the game of life, where I was racing death. Then suddenly this mysterious magical person shows up in my car. I do have a few guesses though. No, I'm not Yamaraj, Shinigami, and neither am I Hades, a Tarank, Grim Reaper, or Hell. I am just a normal passerby, the unknown guy said. I can bet my life on it, you are not normal. The term normal will lose its very meaning by calling you normal. No need to get stressed out. Just concentrate on the road and take this fine piece of machinery to its very limit. Unlike the Audi 6 rupees, this car should be capable of going 420 km/h plus speed. Let's put it to the test. I don't care about whoever you are, but this car is going for one hell of a ride. Now is your turn to get off this car, just the way you came. I don't care if you are the Grim Reaper, well, we can meet later if you are. But for now, you can just get out. If you don't wish to get hurt. No need to worry about me. The accident won't be able to kill me, nor would the destruction of the universe or Omniverse. So you're immortal. Good to be you. Yes, he replied. Wait, the accident, quote, yes, the very one that is going to happen now. What? I couldn't process it. Yes, I talked about dying, but who the FCK is ready to die? I was hypothetically speaking. I am pretty confident in my skills to get out of this roller coaster ride. Hearing him talking about us getting into an accident was a shocker to me. I wouldn't have been so nervous or panicked if it was coming from just anyone but this magical guy. I don't know why, but everything this guy says compels me to believe it is the truth. It was just for a second, but it felt like an eternity. I felt like I saw my whole life pass by. It was just a moment of careless and my FC King luck. It was late into the night when I got out to drive. I was driving just by relying on my headlights. So it was too late before I noticed it. A truck ahead had changed its lane. It might have been because of the slippery road, but the truck ahead had skidded off its lane and had come into my lane, and stopped with its head facing my car. The sudden flash of its headlights on my windscreen blinded my vision. It was all it took. By the time my eyes could adjust to the brightness, it was all over. Luckily or not, last I checked the speed of my car, I was going at 443 km/h. To bring the car from that speed to standstill condition is very difficult. This time I saw it for real, my whole life passing by. Well, there is a scientific explanation for it though. My brain couldn't come up with any solution to save me, it was searching through my memories to find a solution. An eternity later, IFC King died. Well, mind has never been so clear. I can't feel my body and my mind is crystal clear. So did I survive? Did they manage to save me? Right, maybe I was admitted to some hospital. That could be a reasonable explanation. Maybe I am in a coma right now. That's why I can't feel my body, but how am I thinking then? Aren't brain-dead patients declared as being in a coma? Never mind that, I just hope they save me. I have suffered a lot to get that Agera, I can't stand to lose it yet. Wait, is my Agera safe? The crash was very deadly, but if they manage to get me out of there then the damage shouldn't be anything major. I did slow down, but that was one huge truck. It was blocking the whole road. I don't even know how many extra carriers were attached to it. I had no choice but to apply the brake. Am I forgetting something? I don't know why, but I can't remember. I remember it. Wait, what happened to that guy? Is he okay? Well, he did say that he was immortal and he was magical. I still can't figure out how he entered my car. Was he just a fragment of my imagination? Was I hallucinating and he was just an illusion caused by my mind? Maybe it was due to all the stress I have had. After all, I wasn't afraid of him, I was shocked but not afraid of him. Maybe it was my imagination. Even the conversation we had was also something my brain made up to cope with my depression. Well, you are one interesting human. While I was busy with my inner monologue, I suddenly heard the sound of that man again. With the sound, the place I was in, which was pitch black, started to crack like a web. I heard the sound of glasses breaking, with web-like cracks forming in the pitch-black space. With it, rays of light flood in from the cracks. It was all mysterious. The space was filled with the pillar of light, which was pretty blinding honestly. After the light died down, I was standing in the vast expanse of space. Well, floating would be the correct term, but I am standing. But I am not too sure, because I can't seem to find my body. I can see, I can hear, and that's it. I don't see my body, nor can I feel the vacuum of space tearing my body apart. So how am I seeing? Surely this is a dream. That's the only probable explanation I can think of, or this might be crazy, but never mind, that's impossible. Well, nothing is impossible, young man, said the mysterious voice. Yes, I'm possible, right? I replied. If you think so, then yes. Now let's discuss as to why we are here, said the mysterious man. Right, so why am I here? Yes, so the thing is, you are dead. Right, go on. I am dead. Well, this might be the most realistic dream I've ever had. The end. Drop a comment and leave a review. Be it negative or positive, but make sure to give a constructive criticism. Also, if you think you can add anything of value to the FIC, then you are more than welcome. Any thoughts or questions, ask them in the comment section. I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. Like it, add to library, have some idea about my story. Comment it and let me know. Your gift is the motivation for my creation. Give me more motivation. Creation is hard, cheer me up. Vote for me. Chaotic Void 24 creators, thoughts. 13 comments, 0 vote. 2. The game. If you notice any errors, please feel free to give me constructive feedback. English is not my first language, so if you notice any mistakes, please mention them in the comment section at the end of the chapter. Word count. 3,800 approximately. No, I was not joking when I said that. You are dead. Do you think that a driver going at the speed of 435 km/h can survive the crash? No, wait, even if I were to believe you, then where am I? If not a dream, you are just a figment of my imagination, just like that man in my car. Oh, now, so do tell me, if this is also a part of your dream. Just as the mysterious voice stopped speaking, there was a ripple in space and it contracted and expanded. Before long I was able to see the solar system, at least what I believe is the solar system. I am not sure about it. Before long I was able to see Earth. At least the planet which resembles Earth, I have seen in textbooks and on the internet. The expansion didn't stop till I could see a road, with a truck and a car crashed into it. The road was packed with ambulances, police vehicles and fire trucks. So an accident, seems similar to what happened to me, just that, wait, is that my car? Yes, the whole body of the car was nearly destroyed. So do you think that your body can survive that? Am I dead? And this is reality and not my dream? Yes. So then, who are you? I am what you would call as an omnipotent being, or a Rob, to make things simpler for you. Though this is my first time doing something that could categorize me as Rob. So this is real. My car, my FC King car. See what have I done to her? She was so beautiful. This is your fault. If it wasn't for you, I would have never. Well yes, if it weren't for me, you wouldn't be dead. You wouldn't have been in that crash and gone ahead with your life and lived the rest of your life as some zombie. Yes, but my FC King car. A couple of minutes later. Have you calmed down now? Let's just continue, maybe this can help you. You do know that I have brought you here on a whim. Though the plan is to reimburse you by letting you reincarnate in any fictional world you know of. But my car, I'm omniscient, I know everything, young man. You are trying to get sympathy there. I know that you love your car, but is it more important than your life? Yes and no, I know that, so fine, how about I give you a gift? A gift? Yes, an extra, besides what we were about to do earlier. But a gift can't replace my car. I had my feelings attached to it. My Koenigsegg Agera R, my heart, my life and my soul. Well, you do know that I can just reverse the time and send you back and just go back to something similar to what your lesser life forms call as sleep. Also, it hadn't been more than an Earth day since you bought that car. So what is this gift that you were talking about? Also, can we move on to the main issue at hand? We have wasted enough time as it is. Fine, well, the gift I am going to give you is a cube and a book. The book is an extra, for you trying so hard to keep me entertained. As he said that a cube and a book materialized in front of me. They don't have any design, and why do they look like I'm watching them in some old black and white movie? Well, you can design it to look however you wish. While I do know the final product, let's say the reason I'm letting you design is related to the world you will be going to. Interesting, so what do they do? The cube can transform into any vehicle of your choice, with the condition that they should exist in some universe. Also, you can't create a vehicle of your design. But why? Let's say that your acting annoyed me because I'm omniscient. This is my way of punishing you. But you did enjoy me playing with you, right? Yes, your acting was good, but I'm omniscient and I hope I don't need to explain the rest. Yes, I understand, I was just trying to have some fun. My life is already filled with misery. I can't afford to go back now. I sold everything to buy that car. I had to arrange the money urgently, my house, my car, and the farmland that my family left for me. I'm broke beyond measure, to go back now. Who would have thought I would end up here? If I had known, I would have quit my job and given everyone my peace of mind. Let off some steam and then maybe get on that road. Well, you can think of it this way, you are here because of your past actions. The butterfly effect. Any small change in any action you performed might have changed the whole result. Also, your thought of trying to gain some sympathy from me was amusing. I am beyond, or it would be better to say that the emotions are beneath me. I am above and don't feel empathy, boredom, sympathy, anger, sadness, or happiness. I am beyond them. So how do you like my acting? Acting, quote, yes, because even getting amused is also among those I have previously mentioned. Also because I don't feel anger, the punishment I have imposed on you is light, if you could even call it a punishment. I understand, I should just see the bright side. I have a lot of options to choose from, there are way more variety of vehicles in existence. Getting to ride any vehicle from any universe is great. A big upgrade to my car. The best part is that I can turn it into Jesco, or Agera or any other car or even a spaceship. So on to the main topic, we were talking about giving you a second chance at life. I have created an omniverse, with all the fiction verse to ever exist in it. Just as he was saying that a small sphere appeared in front of me. So this is omniverse with all the fictional worlds in it. Yes, but you will be reincarnated in any one of the worlds in this sphere that you already have watched or read about. Well, to make it easier for you. Also, to answer your query, don't worry, I am not doing this to get anything out of you. Well, there are no free lunches in this world. That's a quote by a three-dimensional being. Do you believe that it applies to me? An omnipotent being is not bound by anything. I am everything and also nothing at the same time. I am death, creation, destruction and life. Everything is just a fragment of me in various forms. Also, if you are thinking that I am doing this for my entertainment, then you're wrong. As I said, emotions are something your kind has. To me, a pebble or a bacteria is no different than you. You all are the same to me. As I was saying, I am omniscient, I know everything there is to know, all the knowledge there is of everything. Even about nothing, and I'm omnipresent. I am everywhere, I am in that asteroid, I'm in you, and I am even in that car and the bacteria and pebbles. Well, it doesn't make sense, but neither do you. So just tell me, how are we starting this? Quote, it's going to be a spinning wheel game. Just as he said that, the very same man who got in my car appeared in front of me. He looked just the same, wearing a three-piece suit and was holding a cane and had a hat on his head. Why isn't there anything on the wheel? Don't worry, every angle of 0.1 degree has a name on it. So after stopping, the whole board will display its name. Fine, it's your fate, so take the fate in your hands and give it a push. Yes, well, here I go. I just need a good world to be reincarnated into. So I forgot to ask, but am I going to get any powers? Yes, while the wheel may take some time to stop, till then let's proceed to the next stage. So just choose any number you wish. Any number. Yes, you can think of it as a test. Well, to be precise, it is related to the test you are going to give for your powers. A test? Yes, a test. That's a tough one. I have to take a test now to get a cheat for my reincarnation. I have no idea what the test is going to be, so it is safe for me to not go for a big number. What if he asks me to memorize something, or if I have to take that many numbers of tests to be eligible? 24. So 24 it is. You can't change the number later. So are you sure about it? Yes. That's good. Now you will have to roll a dice to decide the number of cheats you are going to get. The dice will have 24 sides. What? So if I had chosen 1 million, then I could have had a chance to get 1,000,000 cheats. Yes, but sadly you can't change that now. Fine. Let's go for it. Less than 6 greater than. I got a 6, that's not bad. So I am getting 6 wishes. No, you are getting 6 chances to get a cheat power and not 6 wishes. This is where it gets interesting. The first one is going to be you picking a scroll from the box, and in the next turn, you can make a wish. The same will apply for the next consecutive turns. It will be alternate turns till you run out of your chances. So for the wish, is there any limit to what I can ask? For example, if I were to ask to be given the powers of Toaa, Heian, Anos, Rimuru, Yogiri, the Presence, Scarlet King, Akuto Sai, Void Shiki or Alien X. I was getting to that. For your wishes you can ask anything that is not considered as a power. You can ask for an item, but it shouldn't be a weapon. It could be anything like a vehicle or a carpet that can create any food of your choice infinitely. You can ask for money and all the riches. Anything which can help you or fulfill your desires. So a doll. Well, the wheel's momentum has slowed down. Any moment now. It's less than Overlord greater than. Overlord, that's a great and crazy world. So where are you sending me, the new world or the 22nd century Earth? Oh, you will be going to Earth, where you can play Idrasil or not. It's your choice, but you will be sent to the new world at the time of the closing of the game server. But there are fixed points in the universe that can't be changed, no matter what you do. I've said it as such. Imagine it as a two-dimensional graph of x and y. There are certain main points on the graph x, y. When drawing a line from the 0 point through them, it creates a straight line. Now those main points have a certain distance between them, where a certain number of small points lie in between each main point. Those main points are the checkpoints of the story, and those small points are the events which lead the story to those checkpoints. Okay, so are those checkpoints absolute? Yes and no. Those main points are in a way absolute, but if you were to give your best, then you might be able to disrupt the line. For example, you can disrupt those small points, then the line joining the main points might not end up in a straight line. But it can still be considered a straight line, from a higher perspective. Any small disruptions are bearable. While you can disrupt those main points if you try too hard, what you can't change is the start and the end point. The start point is you getting reincarnated and the end point is you getting summoned from Earth. So they can't be changed, it is inevitable. It's all in your hands, but the changes it will bring can be extreme. Extreme, yes, for example at the end point you can get summoned to some other universe, rather than New World. You could end up in the DC verse, right in the middle of the fight between CAS and Mandrak, or drop in the Tensura verse, misfit of the Demon King Academy verse, or Instant Death verse. Better it transports you to 6th heaven of Masada verse. No thank you, I would very much appreciate it if the main points weren't disrupted. I will have to control myself, won't I? Yes, let's get to the draw now. As soon as I asked him about the draw, a polyhedral box with 24 sides appeared in front of me. Ah, seeing this 24-sided box still makes me regret my choice of number. 24th is my birthday. So I went with it. I took out a scroll from the box. It was less than an assistant, greater than an assistant, well, similar to Wisdom Lord Raphael or Mana's seal. That's great, but I didn't know why I needed one anyway. Let's move to the next one. This is where I make a wish, right? Yes, well, knowing my luck, I am sure that all the remaining draws will be something similar. Since I can't ask for power, let's just create power using monetary power. I wish to have unlimited wealth in this reincarnation. The never-ending well of money. That's simple, granted. Less than infinite pool of money, unlimited wealth, greater than. Let's just make the strongest character in the whole of Yggdrasil. Ains Ulgaun and Momonga, who are my competition, weren't the strongest Gildan player in Yggdrasil, but were still the strongest in the New World, at least till now. We have yet to see them face off against PDL, BDL, those other Dragon Lords, and finally the Dragon Emperor. With this money, I can make even stronger characters than Touch Me and Rubedo, the strongest player and NPC in the Ains Ulgaun Guild. Even my NPCs are the air going to be stronger than them. Let's get to the next round. The next scroll, less than Satoru Gojo template, greater than. Interesting, definitely something that I wasn't expecting. Infinity will sure come in handy. So for the wish, can I get a skill that lets me create anything I wish for? It is destructive, but it's not a weapon. Sure, it can be weaponized, but it isn't a weapon by virtue. You don't learn, do you? Do you think that you can fool me? You know that it can be classified as power, right? Yes, fine, I'll allow it, since I am also making you play this game. Thank you, but there is a catch. I won't be giving the ability or the skill to create. I'll give you a book, through which you can summon anything from the Omniverse, but each summon will have a price proportional to the summon. It is in a way similar to your vehicle cube. I'll make do with that. Now that you speak about it, is it because you knew that I was going to get Overlord that you let me design it myself and did not just give me the final product that I would have preferred? Yes, so here you go. Less than Grimoire, the Book of Summoning, greater than. Congratulations, you have a book as your third wish. Now on to the next and the last draw. Yes, less than Fate Gilgamesh template, greater than. How the FCK did my luck get so better? I just wasted my first wish, asking for wealth. So do I get his avatar or just some of his powers also? What about Gojo? You won't be getting their avatar but only their powers and abilities. As for your avatar, you will have to design it yourself. Okay, that is acceptable, but I know that you wouldn't care whether I accept it or not. So for my last wish, I wish for super strength, the strength capable of smashing Saitama, Goku or any other fighter, and infinite mana. Good try, but sorry, it's a no, for the same reason as your previous wish. You never learn, do you? Well, you are surely playing with me here. I won't be giving you another chance. You can have no limit and exponential growth for your last wish. You should be grateful for this. I'm only doing this because it's your last wish. Also, it was me kidnapping you by killing you. You can think of this as my apology gift. Thank you very much, Rob. So I have been meaning to ask you, but I didn't wish to waste much of your time. There is no concept of time here, and I know what you're up to. Anyway, go ahead. Thank you, that is a nice looking cane you have. Also, your suit is great. Yes, it is. The design is marvelous. I am sure that there is only one of its kind. It's such an exquisite piece of art. Even your suit, it's just marvelous. I know what you're doing here. You can have it. When you wake up, you will have them with you. Also, the cane functions as an umbrella. Think of it as a bonus. A reminder, you can't use any of your tools or powers on Earth, except the boon of unlimited wealth. That's good to know. I was lamenting having wished for unlimited wealth upon getting the Gilgamesh template. I guess everything happens for a reason. It's great. So now that the game is over, I will be sent off, right? Yes. I forgot to ask you an important question. I won't be losing my memory after reincarnation, right? Quote. Well, you have two options. You can either reincarnate or get transported. I would choose transportation since I will be leaving Earth at the end of the game. I don't wish to go through the pain of separation from my family once again. Feeling that pain once is more than enough for me. Also, can I have my situation similar to Bruce Wayne's and transport me to the future after his parents are killed? That's acceptable. Also, you will have the suit and the cane on you after you go there. As for your memory question, there won't be any point in erasing your memories if I am specifically sending you to a world that you have prior knowledge of. Good point. And lastly, what about the book that you mentioned at the start? Well, it's a gift for you. I'll be giving it to you, but you won't be able to open it. It will only open after you complete a quest. Before you ask what the quest is, it is only a quest and not a quests. Okay, so what is the quest? Right, just as I was telling you, the quest is unknown. I won't be telling you what the quest is. After the completion of the quest, you will receive a key to open this book. The key can be anywhere in the Omniverse. Isn't that very optimistic of you? How am I supposed to find the key? What am I even supposed to do in this quest? You are telling me that the quest can be anywhere in the whole Omniverse and I am supposed to find it. That's just bullshit. Why would I even waste my time completing this quest? What is in that book anyway that I should complete this quest for you? The book has the power to grant you power. It will replace the heart of anyone who opens the book with the heart of the Omniverse, making you an Abavedi or Zero being. They shall be the sovereign of the Omniverse and have all the powers, items and abilities of everyone and everything in the Omniverse. They shall become omnipotent, omniscient and omnipresent being. The true ruler of the Omniverse. Quote. Well, that settles it. I am getting that key. But did I hear it right, that anyone, not just me, can open the book but should just have the key? Yes, and don't worry, no one can erase or steal your powers. Thank you, but that still doesn't ease my mind that anybody can open that book with the key. How am I supposed to remain calm knowing that? Well, that is for you to worry about. So off you go. A portal opened up just beneath Mick, and he was gone. Silence descended in the space. The mysterious man who introduced himself as the ROB was just standing and hadn't moved an inch. It was baffling that the man had no face. It was pitch black, while Mick made no notice of it. Before long, cracks started forming on Rob's body. The body disintegrated and disappeared. As if the whole exchange between the MC and the Rob wasn't reality but a dream. Leaving behind a whisper, the sound traveled from all directions and across all dimensions. What an interesting dream he had, but such is fate. If he had wished for omnipotence, he could have attained it. He could have acquired any power he had wished for. For if he truly deemed it necessary, the whole game and the dream were in his control, to begin with. He was the one to limit his powers and potential, such as the fate of man. Challenging oneself is also interesting. Sooner had the whisper ended, the whole space collapsed. The universe where the exchange took place disappeared. The end. Drop a comment and leave a review. Be it negative or positive, but make sure to give a constructive criticism. Also, if you think you can add anything of value to the FIC, then you are more than welcome. Any thoughts or questions, ask them in the comment section. I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. Like it, add to library, have some idea about my story. Comment it and let me know. Your gift is the motivation for my creation. Give me more motivation. Creation is hard, cheer me up. Vote for me. Chaotic Void 24 creators, thoughts. 25 comments, 0 vote. 3. The beginning. Hello, this is my first time writing a fanfiction. If you notice any errors, please feel free to give me constructive feedback. English is not my first language, so if you notice any mistakes, please mention them in the comment section at the end of the chapter. Let's continue with the story. Word count. Approximately 4,500 words. Earth 2125. In a mansion at the edge of a city. A teenage boy could be seen sleeping on a bed in a room in the said mansion. His consciousness began to waver, he slowly opened his eyes lids. Where am I? Have I come to the Overlord world or was it all just a dream? So was it successful? Is this the Earth from the Overlord universe? Or was it all a dream? Just as he was getting up from his bed, he spotted a small briefcase and a long cylindrical box lying by his bedside. Interesting, the rob did keep its promise. Let's check what all things have we got here. He quickly moved from his side of the bed to pick up the briefcase and the cylindrical box. After getting the briefcase and the box and making himself comfortable on the bed, he opened the briefcase first. The briefcase had the book, the very book he designed at the start of the game. So here is the book said to be able to grant omnipotence. I could never say this out loud, not even in this world or even in my home. You never know when someone is listening. The people of this world may think of me as being delusional or a fool, but you never know when someone could take his chance at robbing this book. The world is messed up as it is, you can never say when someone might just go insane. Single quote. After running his fingers across the book and getting the feel of the intricate design on it. The design he had designed and had Rob build it, he tried opening it but failed. I'll have to find the key as soon as possible. While I have the book, I am not the strongest person in this omniverse, and the worst thing is, even after going to the new world with my game avatar and the cheats given by Rob, it will or can make me one of the strongest beings in the Overlord universe, but I will still be far from being the strongest in the omniverse. Let's just hope that the quest is something easy, a quest that I should be able to accomplish with my strength. All he could do now was sigh and leave this problem to the future. I should hold on to this book safely till I complete the quest. But first I should think of a way to keep it safe till I reach the new world. After reaching new world, I can store it in GOB. Not just this book, I should also survive till I reach new world and not just get killed before the game launch. Well, that's where you come in. He picked up the suit next. You and this Kane, you both are the personification of Rob himself. The strongest armor in the whole omniverse. I should just be careful, this armor doesn't cover my head, but I still have a hat that came with this suit. That should count. While some might call me a fool, for this action others may hold me in high regard. There is both positive and negative side to this. The cane is a very strong weapon. I should be able to kill just about anyone with this. It is after all the strongest weapon in the whole omniverse, but the downside is that this cane can also be used to kill me. It doesn't matter if I even end up as the sovereign or ruler of the omniverse. This cane would still be able to kill me. But I got it for free and I didn't have to waste any wish to get it, that's a plus. A weapon to kill anyone in this omniverse. I have nothing to be afraid of, except when the enemy kills me before I can make use of it or this weapon is used against me. With a heavy heart, he set aside the cane. While placing the box aside, his eyes caught a glimpse of a letter lying on the table by his bedside. He got up from his bed and picked up the letter. So what does it say? He skimmed through the whole letter while standing. He finished reading it in one breath. It's a letter from Rob. According to the letter, my name in this life is Bruce Wayne, and I am currently in Gotham, the home of Batman. My parents are dead and I am 16 years old. Yes, that's the gist of it. So I am currently in the room of the infamous Batman. After placing the letter back on the table, he moved towards the balcony in his room. He could see a quarter of the city. The most infamous fictional city of DC. This city is quite different than what was shown in the movie or the comics. Well, I should have expected as much seeing it. He looked around the room, and he found a clock mounted on the wall. It was an ancient giant clock. He started looking around again and found a modern-looking clock, placed on a table on the other side of the bed. 7 hours 24 minutes and 6 seconds. The 24th of May 2125. It is year 2125. Interesting. Well, it's 2125, the city would have changed with the flow of time. The city looks more futuristic, but still, it gives off the feeling of depression. The dark vibe, and also there is barely any sunlight. The sun should have risen some time ago, but it is still dark. Those ominous-looking clouds just add to the aesthetics of the city. He kept staring at the clouds, trying to find the sun. But failed to find it. Well, the Earth in the Overlord universe was said to be beyond saving. Nuclear warfare has destroyed most of the world as we knew it. Nature has been polluted and destroyed with each passing day. The technological advancements also played a huge factor in deteriorating the condition of the planet. He sighed loudly, thinking about the condition of the Earth. It's 2125, so there is still a year before the game will be released. So what should I do in the meantime? While thinking about his plan for the foreseeable future. Since he already had a rough idea about the game and its features, he got busy thinking about how best to use his knowledge to get ahead of others. I should first buy some stocks in the company which created and owns the game Idrasil. It will give me more freedom as a player. I can also keep in check about any major events or changes happening in the game with my presence. Mick couldn't contain his excitement. A lot of thoughts were flashing through his mind. Unable to contain his excitement, expectations for the game were rising. I still can't believe that I am in the Overlord universe, and as Batman no less. His mouth started twitching and he started laughing out loud, unable to control his excitement. So, let's do it. He cleared his throat, all the while standing on the balcony of his room. It was the moment of truth. I'm Batman, I said it, and this time as the real Bruce Wayne. That was great. I may just be 16 years old, but I still have good height and a good physique. I didn't notice it earlier with all the excitement, but this body does feel more light and I am more flexible. Let's check my strength. Bruce moved towards a pillar attached to the wall in his antique-styled room. He chose this pillar specifically to not destroy his room. The chances of him breaking the pillar and destroying the support for his roof seemed high. He couldn't have his roof falling on him now, could he? Bruce got into a boxing stance and then punched the pillar. The punch was swift and carried all the strength his body could muster. I expected nothing less. I was able to leave a dent, on my hand that is. I should just get an X-ray just to be sure. Bruce moved away from the wall and sat on his bed, nursing his hand. I shouldn't have been impatient. He did say that I would receive all those cheats after getting summoned to the new world. I have a total of 6 cheats. Wait, what about the assistant? Do I get it now or later? He heard a gender-neutral robotic voice, soon after asking the question. Less than good morning to you, master. I am your assistant, ready at service greater than. So I also get the assistant now. Fine, but what were you doing till now, my assistant? Less than waiting for your orders, master greater than. You could have warned me. Less than ready and waiting for your order, master greater than. Fine. Sighs loudly once again. Am I not sighing a lot recently? What has my life become? Sighs again. So what do I call you? Less than. I was getting at it, master. To fully use my capabilities in operation, you need to name select some options, boot up greater than. Okay, let's do it now. Less than name, greater than, less than gender, greater than, so just the name and gender. But why do you even have gender? You don't even have a body. I thought you would be similar to Jarvis, Raphael aka Seal. But now that I think about it, Seal did acquire a body. Okay, if you don't wish to answer that, then it's fine. I've decided, I am going to call you World. As per the agreement, you are supposed to be my most loyal subordinate and are never going to betray me under any condition. At least that's what Rob said, and I trust him. Quote, less than name registered greater than. As for your gender, I'm not sure about it. Before I was planning on naming you Jarvis and just being like Iron Man. But it may be due to circumstances and various other factors, I ended up naming you World. Okay. Let's go with the female. You'll be the second woman in my life except my mother, whom I can trust to not betray me. Less than gender registered greater than. Well, enough of that. So, hello World. Less than hello to you, master greater than. Okay, so can you not call me master? Less than yes, then what should I address you as? Greater than. Call me S, it's the initial of my name. Less than okay, S greater than. That's good. Less than hidden quest completed greater than. Wait, so I completed the quest. This was fast. Less than soul generating greater than. Less than world acquired soul greater than. Less than I, World, am at your service, S greater than. Bruce heard a lot of notification sounds. There was a moment of silence before he heard a female voice. The voice radiated life, youthfulness and sweetness. At the dining room of the mansion. Bruce was having his breakfast while listening to the news. McPav, sir, you may take a rest. After what happened yesterday, no one is going to blame you for not attending school. I'll inform the school authorities about your absence. You do that, I'll check if I have anything else to do. I had a detailed conversation with World, and had my misunderstanding cleared. The hidden quest was not the quest that I was looking forward to. How could a quest that grants omnipotence be so simple? It was a hidden quest, which granted her soul. Now she can talk like a human, Feel emotions like a human and think like a human would. Long story short, she doesn't talk like an emotionless robot anymore. The person who was talking to me now was Alfred. The very same old Alfred, butler to Bruce Wayne aka Batman in the flesh. He is here, as my butler. Thanks, Rob, now I won't have to worry about finance management and work. I can just allocate all that work to him, and more importantly I can act as Batman, except I don't know any martial arts except a few self-defense moves. Nor do I have exceptional strength to bend a rifle or lift someone. Alfred returned to Bruce, while he was still contemplating his life going forward. I've talked with the school and they are okay with it, sir. Thanks, Alfred. You're welcome, sir. Alfred, I was thinking of investing in stocks. That is a good move. It is good to know that you are taking an interest in the business. So what stocks did you have in mind? Not the big companies. I was thinking of investing in the gaming industry. That could be a good move, but why the gaming industry, sir? I was just browsing through the net, I found a trailer for a game. The trailer was good and the game sounds interesting. If they can do what they have proclaimed to be able to do, then it could be a great investment. They are trying to build a VR game, but this is different from the other pre-existing VR games. It will be more realistic than the ones already available in the market. People will try to find paradise in the game, trying to get out of this cursed world. They have the whole world to explore, and the amount of player freedom granted makes it stand out from the crowd. It's good that you have thought of it this much. I will look into it. So what is the name of the game, sir? It's Idrasil. Okay, sir. Do you need anything else to be done? Nothing. Well, that's one thing out of the way. I'll try to purchase 1,520% worth of stocks. I can't just up and decide to become a major shareholder in the company. It will change a lot of things, for which I am not ready. Minor distortions are tolerable. I can't disrupt the whole flow. The butterfly effect caused by my and Gotham's presence is more than enough. But I still can't believe that I have to go to school, once again. Just as Bruce was thinking of ways to quit school, he heard Alfred's footsteps approaching him. He eyed Alfred to hear what he had to say. Sir, the sword you were asking about is complete. I got a call from Lucius. Ah, the sword, yes. So they completed it. Yes, sir, if you would like, I will have them bring it over anytime you wish. No. They did a great work building it, I'll go to them. I should also congratulate them on the effort they have put. Yes, sir, we will do that. We can leave after you finish your breakfast. That will be good. Yes, sir. What sword is he even talking about? This is my first day here, and what do I do with a sword anyway? This is the 22nd century we are talking about. Don't they have energy guns or energy blasters? What will a sword do against them? Less than, if I may interrupt, s greater than. So what is it, world? Ah, right, you have my memory stored in you. So what sword did me, before I reincarnated in me, want? Less than, it was a lightsaber. The you before reincarnation, interested in weapons. Futuristic weapons, and he also fan of Star Wars greater than. I am not disappointed in you, the me before I reincarnated. You are a true man. So what other weapon was he hoping to create? Now that I have you, we can boost the progress of his dream. Less than, might I remind you, he is dead, which why you are here greater than. Which is why I am doing this. I am trying to fulfill his dream here. This is the least I can do for his noble sacrifice. Less than, sure, greater than. See, you understand me, and so do I understand your sarcasm. Is there any way I can undo the quest? Less than, you will have to contact Rob for that. I just work here greater than. Sure you do, dear. Am I not getting too familiar with you? This is a first for me. I have never got along with anyone this fast. Maybe it's just you are a robot and are loyal to me. You won't think badly about me and won't leave me. That might be right. Less than, it was built this way by Rob greater than. Right. Bruce, after having his breakfast, got ready and wore his suit and got into the car Alfred had kept ready for him. Soon the car left his mansion and entered the city, moving towards the Wayne Enterprises building. In the car, the city is in shambles. Alfred, what happened to the city? It was caused by a criminal who calls himself Joker, sir. Joker. Do you know what this is, world? Less than, yes, it is a chance for you to become Batman greater than. Yes, I have always wanted to do this. It has been my dream my whole life. I'm Batman. Less than, yes, but are you Batman? Greater than. Yes, I'm a billionaire or trillionaire, well I have unlimited money cheat active. I'm an orphan in this world. What else do I need? Less than that's it greater than. Conviction, hope, symbol, justice, righteousness, selflessness. I am neither of these. Right, I am not sure about it. If I can truly forgive someone, or not kill someone. I am not sure I can make the right decision. Can I restrain myself from killing Joker, after he brings me to my breaking point, like Batman? Or can I protect myself from being corrupted by Joker? After the White Knight of Gotham couldn't save himself, then where do I stand in this? Batman is a symbol of Gotham. The symbol of hope, just like Superman. Also, I am no expert in martial arts to beat up Joker and his hired goons. Less than we should concentrate on Idrasil's greater than. But it won't be in right consciousness to leave him be. Batman was one of my favorite heroes growing up. I can't let this go. Less than so greater than. I can start learning martial arts from you. I know it will take time. But it can prove useful in future. But for now, I've decided. Let's do this. I know you are worried about my safety. But I've got this suit, it's bullet and missile proof. As for my weapon, I'll have lightsaber. Less than, but you have school greater than. I know, but I was thinking of dropping out. It's not like the school or my degree is going to help me with transmission. Better I can just skip grades, I have you. Also, because of the fight the me from yesterday got into, I am not going to school for a week. We can work with this. Less than yes greater than. So are you on board? Less than yes greater than. Good, it will be great, a Jedi versus Joker. In Wayne Enterprises R&D Department. Research and Development. Good morning to you, Master Wayne. Good morning, Mr. Fox. So where is my lightsaber? It's right here, just follow me. I'm excited, what about you, world? Less than I'm your assistant greater than. So you're excited about this? Bruce followed Fox, till they reached an enclosed section of the lab. A box was placed on the table. Here we are. Fox slid the box towards Bruce and opened it. A metal hilt lay in the box. So this is it. Yes, it was quite difficult to build it with the technology we have, Fox replied to Bruce. So it was difficult even for them. How did you manage it? While asking him about the process, Bruce picked up the lightsaber. He started checking out the weapon while waiting for Fox to answer his question. It was difficult, but your idea helped me complete it fast. My idea? Yes, it was quite a unique approach to solving the issue with a blade. Yes, would you please mind telling me about my idea, world? Less than the you before reincarnated, or simply put, the original owner of body thought about it greater than. So it was his idea. Less than yes, the idea was to make it similar a fencing stick. But foldable, opens up when you press button. After activating, current is passed through stick and strong. Strong sharp be able cut steel. They have used approach greater than. Interesting, I had thought of a similar approach in my previous life, but it was a dead end. It was a good idea but very difficult to implement. Yes, I don't know what and where you are going to use it, but I would be careful while handling it. I'll be careful. So how does it work? I'll give you a demonstration. Saying it, Fox took the saber from Bruce and moved towards a separate room connected to the lab. It is a spacious room, with white airbags coated walls. The very room where Bruce Wayne first drove the Batmobile in Batman Begins. Cylindrical blocks of wood, steel with other types of metal and various materials were placed in the room. Fox moved near the block made of steel. Nearing the block, he activated the lightsaber. A purple-colored lightsaber was in his hands. Fox swung his arm holding the saber, he cut a steel block. The slice was swift, the block was cut in half. The saber was still intact and glowing purple. Wow, that is one good lightsaber. I'm honored you like it, Master Wayne. I am not sure what you're using it for, but you should use it with caution. I will. I wasn't planning on using it. It's just what you would call a collectible. Having an advanced and futuristic weapon is all men's dream. Didn't you guys have fun building it? We did, but spending such a large amount of money to just build a toy. Don't worry, I own the whole company, Mr. Fox. There is no one in this company with the right to question me. Especially the expenses, projects or research headed by the company. I am the one to decide all that. Right, I didn't make any mistake in that speech, did First World? Less than no, you have whole ownership of the Bruce Enterprises greater than. That's good to know. Yes, you are right, Master Wayne, but using funds for building toys. Well, it will depend on how you see it. You may see it as a toy or you may see it as a step for mankind towards the future. A building block for the advancement of our civilization. Now you have managed to build a lightsaber, the next could be Death Star. You never know. The out-of-the-box thinking and the architecture design of this weapon will help you in the long run. I don't think we will be building a Death Star anytime soon. It's all about mindset, Mr. Fox. I have my complete confidence in you. You will achieve it. As a bonus for building this lightsaber, you can have a nice vacation and I'll ask them to increase the budget of your department. How does that sound? It will be much appreciated, Master Wayne. Good, I want you to build 100 of these. Wait, how many do you have now? We have 6 of them. You can build within the end of this month. It is possible, right? Yes, I still have my vacation after that. Yes, then see you around. Also, I'll be taking this one, as for others get them delivered to my home. I will see to it. Good, also do you have any other military-grade weapons and equipment lying around? Yes we have. Good, I'll check them out. It is yours, sir. Bruce smiled at Fox for his answer. He shakes his hand before going to check out the other weapons. Don't worry, I can manage to do it alone. Don't let me distract you from your work. Okay sir, let's get our hands on some military weapons, world. Less than yes, greater than. Since I can't go in like Batman, due to my poor fighting skills. How do you think I should do it? Less than I can always hack his location and share it with the police. It be done discreetly, greater than. So what role am I playing in this? Less than a role of a good citizen, greater than. Never mind world, that's the last option. Wait, since you are world and I am wearing a suit, and especially since I wouldn't trust my life with anything else. You can be considered as my other self or the other half. I can play as the fool from Lord of the Mysteries. It was a great novel. We can also build our guild and my game character around the theme. Good old fantasy horror with old and outer gods in the mix. I can use the gun with a lightsaber in this fight, like a true American citizen. American breathing. Single quote. Less than that could be considered racism, greater than. I was from India in my previous life, that should count, right? Well, it's fine, I am a model citizen in the eyes of everyone else. A human with no flaws is what I going with. Less than him, greater than. Did you just smirk at me? Less than no, I did not, greater than. Fine, you and I are one. We aren't different, are we? Why do I have to hide my true self from you or hold myself back? Less than, well, you don't have to, greater than. Good, now where are you, my dear toys? Less than size, greater than. There you are, I remember this. It's the same gun and belt Batman used to climb walls with. Less than, there are more advanced and variety of weapons available here than what Batman used, greater than. Yes, now just you wait, Joker. You will be facing the Fool now. Our battle will be legendary, the Fool versus Joker. Well, the Fool, Jedi with Batman equipment versus future Joker. Less than, yes, but don't have too many expectations with this battle, greater than. Yeah, I know that he can never compete with me. Less than, yes, greater than. Note, this might not have been the best way I could have executed, but I have done it now. So if you have any suggestions, do drop them in comment. Constructive criticism is appreciated. I'd like to know your opinion of this FIC. I've been curious about it. I'd like to know your opinion about this. The end. Drop a comment and leave a review. Be it negative or positive, but make sure to give a constructive criticism. Also, if you think you can add anything of value to the FIC, then you are more than welcome. Any thoughts or questions, ask them in the comment section. I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. Like it, add to library, have some idea about my story. Comment it and let me know. Your gift is the motivation for my creation. Give me more motivation. Creation is hard, cheer me up. Vote for me. Chaotic Void 24 creators, thoughts. 3 comments, 0 vote. 4. The Battle Part 01. English is not my first language, so if you notice any mistakes, please mention them in the comment section at the end of the chapter. Let's begin the story. Word count. 3,600 words approximately. Bruce was on his way back home, after acquiring the lightsabers he wished to get. He was in a good mood. Who wouldn't be? He has reincarnated in the Overlord universe with limitless wealth to create his avatar while waiting to get reincarnated again. Getting reincarnated in one of his favorite anime worlds is a big deal for him, but is Bruce Wayne no less. To top it off, he also has Gilgamesh and Satoru Gojo's template. He even managed to acquire a lightsaber. He also has Joker to entertain him till the game launch. Saying he is in a good mood would be an understatement. He left the office after he was satisfied, and is in his car now. He is seated in the back seat while Alfred is driving the car. It was a good start for Bruce. His first day in the world was spent going through various weapons and even trying some of them. Bruce was in a trance state, contemplating about his next move and thinking his battle strategy against Joker. With the moonlight shining on him, as what he assumed was moonlight. Just similar to daytime, at night, the moon wasn't visible, much to his dismay. The clouds and the light pollution blanketed the stars and the moon from the Earthlings. But there was moonlight bouncing on the surface of the Earth through small gaps in the cloud, much to his happiness and yearning. He liked to stargaze at times. With a cool breeze and stars shining bright in the night sky and moonlight on him. It was one way he used to enjoy his nights when he was all alone, other than reading, watching or playing a game in his room, which by the way was how he spent most of his free time when he had no work to do. He was mulling over the day, as he got sidetracked from his planning. I can't believe the variety of weapons and equipment stocked in there. After all, he spent the day going through the pieces of equipment and weapons used by one of his favorite superheroes. They had a mysterious charm, which attracted him, and it was not just him. The same would hold for most boys and men in his old and the present world. I can't believe that such fine pieces of gadgets are just lying in there collecting dust. Also, the variety of gadgets they have built is mind-blowing. Less than it is their job to build it, but due many reasons, such as cost, material quality and scarcity, have led them being locked up in there, never see the light of day, unless you wish use greater than. True, similar to the movie, the people here also are stingy with money. Hey, look at me talking about money like I have an endless supply of it. I can't and won't be able to speak for those people. I have never in my life been or experienced anything remotely similar situations they have. In my previous life, I was way below their league, and in this life, I am way above their league. Time changes. Well, enough about it, let's just enjoy our time here. There isn't much to enjoy concerning scenery, except all those games and gadgets left to explore. Though I have to say, they have damaged and destroyed nature, built gigantic structures and skyscrapers and made advancements at the cost of life and nature, but this view does have its charm. It's similar to those post-apocalyptic world but set in future. A zombie apocalypse world with sci-fi theme. Bruce paused to take in the view of the city as his car drove through those empty roads. Checking up on the city, the night view of one of the biggest cities in this world. At night the whole city is shrouded in darkness, with barely any moonlight making its way here, and in the daytime, the sun is covered by the clouds. With one side of the city being as bright as day and the other ruled by the darkness. Representing various walks of life. I can't believe they built separate roads with toll charges for using it right above the old roads. This road is clean, fully illuminated and well maintained. They have nicely done their job. A world based on social stratification. Everyone living in their version of the world, every group of people see and live in different worlds, and their financial and political powers control which world they are a part of. Less than as we observe exponential growth in technological advancements, it's hard to ignore that there might be an imbalance of power. The rich and powerful will likely exploit these advancements their advantage, potentially leading even greater control and enslavement the masses. Its instinct for individuals strive at top hierarchy, enable control. Greater than. The people of this world are living in ever darkness. Most of them are poor, enslaving away their lives for the small part of the population who are rich. The rich who control the world are selfish. That's the way it has been since the beginning of civilization. Just sometimes the driving factor behind the ruler is strength or money, and now it's technology and money. His inner monologue was broken by Alfred's voice. Sir, I managed to contact the XYZ company and they have agreed to arrange a meeting. XYZ company, less than the parent company of Idrasil greater than. Ah, yes, thank you, world. What would I do without you? I should have checked the name of the company beforehand. Less than you're welcome greater than. Yes, so they have agreed to meet. Yes sir, replied Alfred to Bruce's confirmation. So when is the meeting? Asked Bruce, to which Alfred replied, they have agreed to meet by next month. They were very happy with it sir. They were looking for investors when we approached them. As for the meeting place, they have let us decide the location. So when and where do you wish to meet them? Good, let's meet them in their home country. It will also be a nice vacation. We can tour around after the meeting. Sir, but your school. School won't be running away. Anyway, I forgot to mention it to you, but I have decided to skip grades. So talk to the respective authority and can you make sure to arrange it before we leave for Japan? I will look into it, sir, but skipping grades? And is it due to the fight? I'd rather enjoy my life than waste my time in school, Alfred. There are zillions of things I could be doing rather than school and enjoy doing them. I wish to tour the world, look after my company, expand it if possible and explore. When I already know what they are teaching, then what's the use? If that is your wish, then I see no problem, sir. It is good that you are thinking of finishing your education rather than dropping out. You are the sole heir to the Wayne Enterprises. You have a reputation to maintain, if not yours then that of your parents and the family. Yes, I will, Alfred. With that silence returned to the car. Bruce was looking out, capturing the night view of Gotham while thinking about what Alfred said to him when he heard from World. Less than I've located him, the Joker. He is planning on acting up tomorrow greater than. That was fast. Less than I have access to your system and the network. Hacking into internet all devices connected it in this city is not difficult greater than. I guess technology is in a way bane for Joker. Less than it is true for everyone in this world greater than. I guess, unaware of the implications of the world, Bruce was lost in thought. He misinterpreted the underlying message of the world and related it with the state of the world. The damage the technological advancements have brought upon this world. The destruction of nature and the natural habitat of most animals and plants. Humans are tolling away at their lives to live to see another day, living inside the dome cities created by them to protect themselves, like a bird living in a cage. While the humans could live inside their house without any precautions, the moment they left they needed a mask to protect themselves. There were strict rules governing these issues. They needed masks, with built-in air filters while traversing safer regions, but had to carry oxygen cylinders with full-body protection suits when visiting the nuclear-contaminated regions. Later that night, Bruce fell asleep as soon as he had dinner. It was obvious he was tired after the work he put in today. Trying out those weapons and different gadgets used for spying and assassinations. He found himself sitting in a white space in his dream. All alone in a never-ending space. It was a white room as far as he could see. It was a first for him after meeting Rob. Unlike back then, he was in a white space, never-ending white canvas as far as he could see in all directions. Rob, are you there? Less than it's me, yes greater than. World, was it you who pulled me into this space? Less than yes greater than. I didn't know about this place. So a spirit realm or a pocket dimension of yours. But Rob never mentioned anything about this. So now I can practice here as much as I want and can use them in real life. That's great. It's not a bad thing to have as many cheats as you can in life. Less than true, but unlike what you are thinking, this isn't some pocket dimension or a secret spirit realm for to train greater than. Then what is it? Less than nothing complicated. Every human has it, but they don't just use or have no control over it. You can try guessing greater than. So the Earth of the Overlord universe is also magical and not just the New World. So are there any secret societies, sects and cults in this world? Does the Joker also have supernatural powers and that's why you brought me here to train me? Quote. Less than good try, but the answer is lucid dreams greater than. Lucid dreams. Well, that is disappointing, but never mind, you can continue. Also, let's call it mind space. Less than sure, if that is what you wish greater than. Sometime later. Less than as you have summarized, a great body with full control over it. You just need to command it and will move as per your wishes, no delay or lag. To perform those precise movements, train brain. If can get the hang of here, then should problem implementing in real life greater than. Great, let's get started. Bruce moved on and started getting trained by World in martial arts for the next week. Since I have had lucid dreams in my previous life, but they were very few of them. Also, I had no control over them. Just like normal dreams, there it is me who is controlling the whole dream world. Less than yes, is it not obvious? Greater than. That's harsh, but anyway, what if I did something similar to the shadow clone technique from Naruto? He used his clone to increase his practice and reduce the time required to master the art. Less than we could try, but it can cause you a headache in the morning greater than. That's a small price to pay for my safety. Bruce managed to do it. While his logic was flawed, he went with it. He went with as many clones as he got. Before long he woke up with a headache. He decreased the number of clones till he got the right number where the headache was manageable. After getting the number of clones right, he divided them into 3 separate groups. Multitasking at its finest, mastering different techniques at the same time. The first group were practicing martial arts. There were 2 types of clones in the first group, those learning the basics of martial arts, while the rest were practicing attack and defense moves repeatedly. The second group of clones were busy learning and fighting with a weapon. There was diversity in weapons, with some using lightsabers. A few of them, similar to the first group, were practicing striking and blocking with a weapon. The third group of clones were less in number than other groups. They were practicing using the equipment and weapons Bruce took out from the R&D department. And so he continued his learning with multiple avatars. Many of his shadows were busy mastering the martial arts in the background, while Bruce, who calls himself the original, was busy playing chess with World. While World wasn't present in the dreamscape, Bruce could communicate with her just fine. She wasn't present physically in his dream, if you could call it as physical. She directly communicated with his consciousness. Right now he was sitting on a throne in front of a table with chessboard on it. He was sitting comfortably on his throne. The throne was comfortable and extravagant. He didn't need to move to play the game. He just willed it and the pawns moved. I like this, I don't have to waste energy moving the pieces and just concentrate. But moving them yourself is also part of the fun, but this feels more fun. I'm good at delegating tasks. Less than yes, you are greater than. So say World, did I kill the original owner of this body? Less than I am not following greater than. It's just a thought when I saw the aftermath of Joker's attack. The people were killed and injured in those attacks. Their people were crying, mourning and crying for help. Also, the people who were working hard in my company. They had dreams in their own life and are not just a part of my story. They have their thoughts, emotions, dreams, life and so on. They aren't NPCs. I have been subconsciously seeing myself above them. Just because I know about this world and have read it in the form of a fictional story, I see them as NPCs you see in a game. Just like those pedestrians in GTA, you shoot or drive over. This pseudoscience is creating an illusion, a false sense of control. I feel like a god, who has complete control over their life and fate, and my one action can change the direction of their life. Which is not helping at all. I do know that they have their own life, but it might just be a subconscious thing. Having watched and read Overlord and Batman, it just doesn't feel right for me. I know it's not right, they are genuine people just like me. I am doing it unconsciously. While I hate this line of thought, what can I do? Following the line of thought, if I consider this is real, then who am I? Am I the killer of the original owner of this body? Do you see where I am going with this? Am I playing with these people? I know it was confusing, following along my thought process, but what can I do? My mind is a mess now. Less than ROB created this omniverse for you. This world wouldn't exist without you. So I am sure there is nothing for you to worry about. They are as real as you greater than. If so, then, all of this is happening because of Rob. Less than you can say that. It's just a hunch, but I am sure that wasn't your main question greater than. True, I can cope with it. I can change myself. Well, that is a lie that I have been telling myself. It was just a thought process, I know about it, but I know that I am not responsible for his death, but I feel like a coward. When I think about it, I feel bad for his demise and sacrifice. I was happy or relieved that it wasn't me. His death gave me my second chance. This is what has been disturbing me. Am I a bad person? Am I different? Is that why I have been having difficulty connecting to people? When I go on thinking, I remember my previous life. I think about the old times. My past experiences. The hitch makes me question myself. Who am I? What am I? My feelings and thoughts. Am I heartless? Don't mistake that I do have emotions. I felt sorry and was sad when I saw them. They were just a victim of Joker's attack. They didn't deserve it, but the world is cruel. I wished to help them. All of this is because I was thinking about the talk we had about Batman. Am I kind enough to save people and risk my life for strangers? Will I help people at any cost, or to what extent? I have full confidence in myself to not get corrupted by Joker because I am a coward and am already corrupted. I empathize with people but never move in to help them. I didn't like to disappoint others and didn't know how to say no. Was that why I was walked over by everyone? It's making me rethink my whole life. My death and reincarnation are hitting me now. As I see people living their lives, it just makes me realize that this is real. It has been a week since I came to this world. It's the first time I have experienced something unexpected. Everything in my life till now was within the range of possibilities that I could think of. While for some of them, I was surprised at first, but they were within the range of predictions. As Newton's third law of motion, for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. I could predict the result of my actions, at least they were near my predicted results. Considering all these things, I question myself. I had a complicated life and I doubt myself for leading such a life. It reminds me of a quote, "By caring you become weak, people will walk all over your kindness." To be frank, I wasn't going to kill myself back then. I was just trying to cope and move on. Those shenanigans were just to forget about everything for some time and say, FCKU world. After the ride, I was going to go back to my same old black and white world. Because that's life. Even now I am doing this to make me feel better. Just to satisfy my ego, to show the world I am above them. I just use sarcasm to cope with my problems. I keep it all bottled up, and the funny thing is that I haven't exploded yet. Because I know that no one will care. I will just be a liability. I haven't talked about this to anyone. I don't know why, but I just felt like talking with you. To hear a third-party opinion on this maybe. I never had anyone whom I could trust to discuss about this till now, but hearing what you say could be insightful. An opinion of artificial intelligence is what I need now, I guess. After humans are just selfish. I guess I should also live freely from now on. I need freedom. Less than people are different. It's the asic nature of all living things to survive and be afraid death. As for your problem, people shaped grow with their experiences. Their life history will tell you personality. Long as actions aren't causing others problems, I am sure there won't complaining you. My master have nothing worry about, the chosen one. You shouldn't about others' opinions, do just what wish do. Greater than. I'll do that, but sometimes I am conflicted about myself and dive into overthinking. But I wonder. I am a different person to different people. Annoying to one, talented to another, quiet to few, unknown to a lot, but who am I, to me? Less than that's something for you to find out. Greater than. Yes, and on that note, check. Less than a good move, but, Queen F3. Is it a coincidence? No, you could not play. Also, I am just any artificial intelligence. Have soul which they don't, so don't go comparing me to them. They are inferior. Greater than. Wait, how, what, when? Bruce got up from his throne and bent over the table, staring intensely at the board. He fell back in his throne like a puppet whose strings had been cut, giving up. Less than. Well, since I am pseudo-omniscient, at least more than you, have access to all the information world has provide, can be considered a god or goddess. If yes, then feel free, worship me. Greater than. I am your master, right? Less than. That doesn't mean that you can't treat me as a god. Greater than. Let's just play another game. I'll defeat you for sure this time. Less than. Challenge accepted. Greater than. I guess I don't have a problem talking to people or acting like I am if I try. And so his training continued. Like it? Add to library. Have some idea about my story? Comment it and let me know. Your gift is the motivation for my creation. Give me more motivation. Creation is hard, cheer me up. Vote for me. Chaotic Void 24 creators, thoughts. 3 comments, 0 vote. 5. The Battle Part 02. English is not my first language, so if you notice any mistakes, please mention them in the comment section at the end of the chapter. Let's begin the story. Word count. 3,900 words approximately. 2 weeks later, Bruce was lying on his bed wearing his suit, gifted to him by Rob, while holding the cane on his chest. Waiting for the time to get out. Bruce with World found out about Joker's plan and has been making preparations to fight against him. In the night he used to practice in dream space, and in the day he was Bruce Wayne. Touring his factories and exploring the VR. It wasn't a good ride for him, researching about it, the darkness behind it. The game and other facilities were more generally used for giving people happiness and enjoyment, but now it was a way to control people. I shouldn't be worrying about it. I will be out of this abyss before I know it. I should concentrate on my plan. Everything was set in order. Bruce had visited many places in search of him. Especially the places that had been impacted by his attack. After checking out all the places, he found similarities in them. Every one of them was a place that the VIPs of the city visited, or at least those close to them. The bank, restaurant, hospital and pub. There have been 4 attacks so far by the Joker. After going through all the recent incidents, I can tell they aren't just random locations. The police commissioner was visiting the bank on the day of the attack, the mayor was at the restaurant at the time of the attack and a judge was at the hospital visiting his relative at the time of the attack. But luckily they survived. It might have been a warning. The pub is the only place that doesn't fit in this criteria. There were no notable figures in the pub at the time of the attack and nor were there any named gangsters in the pub. Rather, there were no big-time gangsters. The peace is protected by the police, but to the poor, they are dogs serving those in power. The government is corrupted, but unlike in the Batman lore, the rich have complete control of the city now. They don't have to worry about these people when they have power. People don't have any say in the decision most of the time. So no gangsters were present in Gotham before Joker. Even if they existed, they were uprooted before they could cause any major damage. After all, the city is governed by those true gangsters. They can't have competition now, can they? I guess it was just him attacking for no reason. There is a possibility that he was there, someone got on his wrong side, then boom. We are talking about Joker here, he is anything but normal. Some people just love to see the world burn. They don't care about the consequences. They love to hurt others for their amusement. But I can't say Joker is that type of guy. I haven't met this Joker yet. I sometimes wonder if it was true when Green Goblin said about people, but the one thing they love more than a hero, is to see a hero fail, fall, die trying. Despite everything you've done for them, eventually, they will hate you. Why bother? To Spider-Man. Ironically, what Norman said could be applied here. I think Joker would resonate more with the quote than Peter Parker. Less than they have initiated their attack, greater than. Let's go. Bruce got up and took the mask lying beside him on the bed and wore it. Despite many qualms, he chooses to go with Batman's mask. Much to his surprise, he can change the design of the suit and cane. He proceeded to turn the blazer into a long coat. To boot it up, he was born a handsome man with black hair with red eyes. He was born with a good physique, and while he didn't have any supernatural powers, he more than made up for it with world, money and many weapons he took out from his warehouse. Image. After following the leads and checking the city calendar, they found a construction site to be visited by some of the city's VIPs tomorrow. The site of the visit is important, a major government project is taking place in that site. Despite the tight security placed on the construction site, the intruders had managed to get in. The chances of Joker being one of them is high. Less than yes, but we are unaware of his true identity, which makes it difficult. I can only follow the clues that lead me to those incidents. Joker has been using police server control and direct attacks. He camouflaged himself pretty well, greater than. While they are searching for him, he just stays under the radar. Let's go. McPav. Construction site. Is this it? Where are those guys? Less than they have entered through an underground tunnel, greater than. Well, then let's get this over with. I can't get caught by the police. I am surprised they could get in with this much security. I moved through the way world pointed and made my way through an underground tunnel. After making my through the tunnel for some time, I could hear some muffled voices. I slowed down as I got closer to the voice. Luckily for me, I was near the exit, but there was a grunt standing watch at the exit. Just like Batman, I moved slowly without making any sounds and got right behind him, without him noticing anything. Took him out with a jab to the neck. That was easy. I just hope the rest is as easy as this was. After getting him out of the way, I moved ahead. Hey you, unluckily got caught by some other grunt. You shouldn't be here. I know that. What can we do now? I'm here now. If you allow me, I'll make it as painless as possible. It's too late now. Wait. What? Having learned the martial arts, and stuffing all that knowledge into my brain, everyone would have expected me to rush to him and have a brawl, but unfortunately for them, my opponent had what appeared to be a gun. Just like anyone in my situation would have done, I took out my gun and shot him. It was his fortune that it wasn't a gun made for killing. While you could kill with it by tweaking it a bit, currently, it wasn't set at that. It was sci-fi or a future version of stun gun. I was fast and no one got hurt. Well, except him. Doesn't he know that those weapons are deadly? You carrying them and using them against others by extension permits others to use them against you. Unless you are a cop, which you aren't. Well, even they have certain rules and regulations that they have to follow. Single quote. He made his way onwards, taking care of the other grunts he found safe, keeping the place. When at last he reached to what appeared to be the main spot of these criminals. It was an underground space. What are they doing here? Less than this here is right below the stage set up above where Mayor going to be giving his speech greater than. How did those guys not find out about this? They are right under them, and I am sure digging this tunnel would have made noise. And this isn't a tunnel anymore but a cave. Less than we can have this conversation later. They spotted you greater than. I jumped down from one of the holes in the underground layer. When did they even start digging? This is one big room. Who are you? Said Grunt 1. Get ready, we have to finish it as quietly and quickly as we can. We can't have our plans fail because of some masked clown, said Grunt 2. Isn't their leader also a clown and a masked man? Well, rather than answer them loudly, I choose the not so superhero approach. I attack them without waiting for them to finish talking. I don't know how they have done it, but this is a cave. A large one at that. This must be at least 100 meters below the ground. Which I was going to use to my advantage, as I shot the first person in my sight and used a grapple gun to lift myself above and latched on a rock using a grapple hook. While I was suspended in the air, I shot anyone and everyone who entered my sight. Well, many might consider it to be a disadvantageous position, but I didn't think so. Yes, I was suspended in the air and was a target for them to shoot, but I was much to their disappointment swinging like a pendulum with full force, dodging their attack. This could have been a losing situation for me if they could go all out to their heart's content, but they couldn't. They could, but who would risk a major mission trying to kill a man wearing a mask playing around? I shot many of them using my stun gun while they kept shooting me. They kept cursing and shouting orders, but I filtered out their useless noise to concentrate on my aim. Much to their disappointment, no bullets made contact with me. At least that is what they assumed with such low lighting conditions here. After having enough fun, I dropped down, right in the middle. They were stupefied seeing me drop down and me standing just there without moving an inch. Some were fast to come to their senses and started shooting, but to their astonishment, I was unharmed. The bullets turned to dust as they made contact with my coat. I observed a guy standing in the corner, from where he was shooting and trying to run away. It's time for the main show, saying that I took out my lightsaber and activated it. And the rest is history. I chopped up the guns all the while I was putting them to sleep. A jab or punch at the correct location with the correct power can do miracles. Finally, after beating out the rest, I caught up with whom I assumed was Joker. He had managed to escape the cave and had come outside. Give up. Do you think that I will give up so easily, you self-righteous hero? Guess not, but let's find out. I rushed towards him and he fired as soon as he finished talking. He was carrying an AR. I think that it is an AR. I am not too sure about it, it's the 22nd century after all. Armed with the lightsaber and this suit, I didn't have to worry about his bullets. Soon he was within my arm's reach. Omnipotent. Bruce sliced through Joker's aiming range and punched him right in the face. The punch broke the mask the Joker was wearing. Is this it? Joker was lying on the ground with Bruce Wayne standing right in front of him. Bruce was having a tough time accepting the result of the fight. It was anticlimactic. I guess the world played a huge role in this. Without her, I wouldn't have been able to find him. Also, this suit is a cheat. I can just rush through anything without having to worry about defense. Bruce removed the rest of the mask to get a good look at Joker's face. He looks different than in movies and comics. While Alfred looks the same as his comic version, he doesn't. Well, I guess it's fine since neither do I look like Bruce. His inner monologue was broken by an all too familiar laugh. It wasn't his first time hearing it. He had heard it a lot of times while watching Batman. But to surprise Joker was unconscious. This is getting interesting. I hadn't thought I would meet some hero of justice in this corrupted city. By the way, you do a very clumsy job, Mr. Peking Tom. So this guy isn't Joker. It is never too easy when you are handling Joker, are you? Joker's voice was being transmitted through a phone speaker of the duplicate Joker. Bruce, after following the sound, picked up the phone from the duplicate Joker's dress. So hello Joker. Hello to you Mr. Peking Tom. I hope you are fine as I can see you right now. I'm going to go with you being fine. Well, on an important note, I like Tom and Jerry. So it does not matter what you decide to do, I'll stick with my plan of action. I like that in a hero. It makes it more fun to bring out your true self to the real world. You are interesting. Copying me now, are you? Well, let's see about it when I bombard Town Hall. Easier for you to say. Do you think I would let you go? First, you have to catch me, to let go. I like the confidence, but it is not going to help. Well, I don't have to worry about it much, Mr. Hero. I will have to thank you though. If it weren't for you I would have never found out. Never found out what? I was busy planning this attack. I was careless and didn't check it out much. If it wasn't for you, I caught the sniff of you snooping around and had to check it out. What? That the police were on my trail and set up a trap to catch me. You don't give them enough credit. A trap? World, we will meet, or wait, we can meet if you get out of there alive. Though your suit is impressive to protect you from that barrage. Guess we will find out whether that is enough. Less than exit plan initiated greater than. Joker, don't be disappointed, I won't disappoint you. Just for you right now I am in a restaurant having dinner. See, you can listen to children laughing and people talking now. Indistinct sounds of chatter and laughter. Don't worry, I will do right by you. You wouldn't. Bruce was petrified. Despite the sound of footsteps, he was hearing he didn't move from his place. Footsteps. You sound young, well, get to see you. Without you, I would have been caught by now. But here I am, free. Bruce could hear the sound of a chair moving, followed by his footsteps. Hey, kid, what is it? What are you doing? I am trying to find my friends. Finding your friends, so are you guys playing a game? Yes, have seen my friends. I can't find them, I have been searching for them for 2 hours now. So you are staying in this hotel, kid? Yes, can I leave now? I have to find my friends. How do they look? Maybe I can help you find him. Really? Yes, I know how it feels to be left alone. Left alone? The police had arrived and encircled Bruce, leaving him no place of escape. Come quietly, Joker, and don't even think of escaping. Otherwise, you won't be leaving this premise alive. I am not Joker. It's okay, just come with us back. I'm sure there are some unforeseen circumstances here. Yes, we believe in you, so let's go. We won't harm you if you come quietly. I'll have to decline. I am not Joker. You leave us no choice. Less than a drone has arrived and is hovering just above your head, greater than. You see, in my childhood I didn't have many friends, but the few I had were always mean to me. They used to always hide and ask me to find them. When I wasn't looking they used to go back home while I remained there the whole day looking for them. That's mean. Yes, they were mean. Not all friends are good. So are you saying my friends are also being mean to me? No, I am not saying they are mean. I am sure they are your good friends. They wouldn't betray you. Yes, good, let's find them. Okay, here, take this switch. What's this? It's a switch. You can't find them alone now, can we? This is a very big hotel. So let's split up and search for them. It will be very fast. That's where that switch comes in handy. It has 2 buttons, red and green. The green button is for when you find them. The moment you press it, I will get a notification on my phone with your location so that I can come running to you. Okay, as for the red, it's a special button. It's your wish when you decide to press it. It's your wish, you can press it or leave it be. What does it do? Oh, it's a special button for a grand fireworks show. I had set up a fireworks show to do with my friend, but he stood on me. While he promised to come here but didn't. He just lied to me. That's wrong. Yes, it's wrong. Would you like to say that to him for me? He wouldn't care if it was me saying it. I think he will realize his mistake and ask for forgiveness if it was you saying that to him. Okay, just a minute. Don't speak out of line. I'm sure you know the consequences of such action. Bruce stood like a statue, but he couldn't let the worst come to pass. Here, take this, he is on the line. Okay, you are a big meanie. You should never betray your friends. You should also ask for Uncle's forgiveness. He couldn't let himself get arrested here. A lot was riding on this now. I'm sorry, I am sorry. So can please give the phone back to Uncle. I'd like to apologize to him. Good, Uncle, take it. He says he is sorry. Thanks a lot, kid. Now you can start finding them. I'll be right behind you. I will also help you find your friends after I finish talking to my dear friend. Okay, keep the switch safe. Yes, bye friend. Joker had disconnected the call. Bruce with his grapple hook held onto the drone. The drone was being remotely controlled by World. The police started their open firing with World's greatest control and drone maneuverability, plus the suit got him out of the area for a long distance. Bruce got down in an alley not so far away from his fight. World, track the hotel, and how far is it? Less than it's at the other end of city greater than. FCK. Phone ringing. Joker. Congratulations, you were able to get out of there. I'm impressed. As for your reward, don't worry, I have deactivated the bomb in the hotel. So the kid is safe. Oh, let's save it for when we meet again. Bruce was in the alley for some time before he got out and got on a bus. While he was on the bus, moved down the road towards the area where his home was located. Then he heard a loud sound of an explosion. What? Less than the explosion took place on the construction site greater than. Unread message. Joker. I never said anything about defusing construction site bombs. Late at night, Bruce was lying on his bed, thinking about today's events. If it weren't for me, the police might have caught him. Those people wouldn't have had to die. Less than do not worry. It's entirely your fault. Joker has a pattern of manipulating the emotions others, and you are well aware this. Greater than. I know, but it doesn't help. While Bruce was on the bus, there wasn't a single explosion but a chain of explosions. There was a set of explosions that night. It wasn't just the building, the cars where they were carrying the fake Joker and his other grunts also exploded. Right in the middle of the road. Those two buttons were triggers for those bombs. There never was a safe way out of this. Less than it is plausible greater than. He killed them using a child. He was never as exhausted as he was now. This was a first for him since coming to this world, even intense training never gave him such a tough time. Wait, he said meet again. What did he mean by it? Less than he met you but don't know who it was. Greater than. Most likely, do you? Anyway, how did the police even lay the trap for him and even you managed to locate him? How did you do it? Less than it was a neurochip greater than. Neurochip. Less than the chip is implanted at the back of your head. Once connected to a system, it enables you connect virtual reality system or console. Although accessing memory challenging, tracking emotions and thoughts relatively easy. Greater than. Bruce had a chill run down his spine. He got up from his bed and his hands moved towards his port for the neurochip reflexively, located at the back of his neck. So with this, less than yes greater than. Am I going to be safe? Less than as long as you have me, no one can access or mess with your brain, not even memories and thoughts are protected from them, I only those that give me permission for greater than. Good to know. He threw himself back on his bed. When suddenly he remembered a fragment of his memory. In the memory, he was in search of Joker in the pub and was checking out nearby places. While he was wearing a mask to cover his face. An old man bumped into me and apologized. Now that I think about it, he didn't have any neurochip port. Joker RRRRR. How am I supposed to live a free life with him? Sighs. Well, this would have never happened if I hadn't got involved in this and had just gone to Japan. I know it world. Quote. Less than I guess this is where I say, you should have listened to artificial intelligence greater than. Huh, are you still mad about it? Less than I don't know, but since Joker thinks so highly of himself. I think should show him his place greater than. Then what was it till now? Less than all my calculations were right, though I failed to recognize him when we met for the first time. But it won't happen again. All was going according but Joker an unknown variable till now. Now he is not anywhere greater than. I hope for it. Note. In the first movie of Overlord, Momonga aka Suzuki Satoru has a port integrated into his neck. The system he used to play Idrasil was a chair unlike Sao, where they only had a helmet. It's a chair with a PC connected to it and a helmet. He uses a cable to connect his helmet and himself. The cable is connected to the port located in his neck. I just thought of mentioning it as most of the fanfics here represent the console as just a helmet. Like it, add to library, have some idea about my story. Comment it and let me know. Your gift is the motivation for my creation. Give me more motivation. Creation is hard, cheer me up. Vote for me, Chaotic Void 24 creators, thoughts. 17 comments 0 vote. 6. The face-off. Due to my college I had been busy and disturbed my upload time, but here I am. Another reason would be that I wasn't satisfied with it and was busy reading another fanfic. I'd like to hear your opinion about these 2 chapters I have uploaded. Similar to my other chapters, if you find any grammatical errors, do mention them in the comment section. Drop a review. Also, all the characters that have been used in this FIC belong to their respective owners. Word count, 4,900 approximately. McPav. It's been a few weeks since my first clash with Joker and it wasn't my last clash with him. I've had a few clashes with him since then. We have had a few skirmishes. I have faced him thrice since the construction site incident. All of them have resulted in naught, failure, or as World said, they were just a part of an experiment to study Joker. Joker is smart, to be able to play by hiding himself. I wonder how is he conveying his orders to his henchmen. All of the face-offs with him were difficult and repugnant. It makes me question his humanity. Everyone has a limit they don't cross, but so far Joker makes me question whether he has a limit or not. My first clash with Joker was on the construction site. The rest, that followed, were just as crazy. My memories of them still haunt me. Or it would be better to say that my failure to catch him is irritating and infuriating. I'm frustrated, to say the least. The last clash, or the third face-off, was the most prominent one. Third clash. Joker contacted me again, but this time all of Gotham saw him. He did use television to contact me after all. He left no clue as to where I could find him, but World managed to track him down, and with the help of my jetpack, I was there within minutes. But to my utter disappointment, I was there in the building but with some unwanted company. The building was infested with policemen within minutes after my arrival. I couldn't find a single trace of him, but I did find a note with his greetings attached to a box containing a time bomb. Warning me of it. It was a game for him. He was playing with us. The note spoke about there being multiple bombs planted all across the building. The conditions for the explosion and the game were interesting though. 1. The bomb got activated when the policeman entered the room containing the bomb, but on the condition that I should have picked up the card before they entered the building. It will mark the start of the game, countdown. It had an electronic system to differentiate between me and the policeman. The system only had the power to turn on and not to turn off. So there was nothing I could do, since it wasn't the only bomb in the building. 2. The condition for the explosion was that if a single person were to leave the building, the bomb would explode. 3. The bomb had a timer, which meant we had a limited time for it to crack the game. 4. There was a way to defuse the bomb though. It was the only silver lining in this situation, but it was the same old Joker style. The bomb will automatically turn off if there is only one person alive in the building, with no one leaving the building alive. It just meant to kill everyone else. The survival game. Also, the bomb would explode if anyone were to get within 1 meter of the bomb. 6. Another interesting aspect was if a single person was leaving the building. He would survive but the rest wouldn't. As in, the bomb would explode after he got out. But, in the condition, multiple men were trying to get out simultaneously, then the bomb would explode instantly. Starting with the bomb planted near every exit in the building. 7. This was the most brutal rule of this game. We weren't the only ones with the bomb on our heads. He had planted bombs on the train, the mayor's building, and the mall. They had the same conditions applicable to them. 8. He gave us remotes. The power to control the death of others. The remote we had on us controlled our bomb and the rest. The same was true for everyone else. Now there was an impasse. In the first scenario, we can choose others for the explosion and we will survive. Second scenario, if the rest were to kill me or the mayor, the bomb would be defused, or if I were to kill the police battalion, then all the bombs would be defused. Or mayor or I, either of us had to sacrifice ourselves for others. I had to stay in the building placing my hand on the scanner while the rest of them left the building or the train. Not going to lie, but this was nerve-wracking. I couldn't let them kill me, but neither could I kill them. It was crazy. If you wished to keep the casualties to the minimum, then you had to convince me or the mayor to sacrifice ourselves. This intricate planning and execution would have been flawless and would have at least killed one person. But what he forgot to include in his plans was my suit. While I could have had World defuse the bomb, it would have just resulted in a more severe response from Joker. While I was out contemplating my options, I could hear and see the ugly side of people. The people on the train were arguing about sacrificing us, while the people in the mall agreed. They couldn't go against the mayor when they had other options. We didn't hear anything from the mayor's office, they were silent. Even at a time like this, they were thinking about the repercussions their actions and decisions would have. Thinking about politics, I was impressed. The police here knew about me a bit. How at our last meeting, I had dispatched the whole army Joker had prepared all alone. Even the fact that I escaped from their encirclement unharmed. So they shouldn't be having any fantasies. While they are slowly surrounding me, blocking all the exits. The panic caused by this incident was immense. I had never predicted Joker to have planned all this, and I walked right into his trap. Less than I know what you are thinking. I was an assistant given to by ROB, but am not omniscient from my birth. Just like humans learn and grow. At birth, all had knowledge provided you. What can expect? Greater than. It's fine, I understand, so can we continue? Less than yes, greater than. Can you track Joker now? Less than no, he has distanced himself from the equipment used to reach you out and also discarded mobile through which explained rules, guys, greater than. Huh, just tell me, can this suit take on the explosion? Less than yes, you have to believe in the ROB, greater than. Fine, then let's do this. As every one of them was arguing about sacrificing me for their safety. Yes, me, as they couldn't outright speak against the mayor. All that awaits them is death, but after some time. What use is surviving this hell to just walk into another? Their minds were synced, everyone was thinking the same. Some weren't beating around the bush. They blackmailed me, tried manipulating me emotionally by showing me their babies, and tried gaining my empathy. How they were the only parent working to feed their family, working in the mall or anywhere they worked. I was sad and disappointed, but it's no excuse to ask someone else to sacrifice their life to save your own. It's another thing if they were to volunteer. Violence had ensued. To stay at the top. A battle royale. I could use the fourth case though. All I had to do was kill all the policemen in this building and every bomb would be defused. As soon as I spoke out loud, the tension in the air intensified. Everyone got quiet, not just the people in my building, even the people on the train, the mall and the mayor's building. It's not every day that you see some weirdo wearing a mask talking about taking a whole police battalion himself without any heavy weaponry. I have a family waiting for me at home. The same old tactic. Some were blabbering while few chose to remain silent. A single officer chose to shoot me, but seeing me unharmed, he decided to give up. Which did discourage the others who were planning on joining him. Just as I was planning on my next step, a lone officer came forward. Going by his uniform, he is a higher-ranking officer. I understand. Officers, I am sorry that we are stuck here. I am sorry that I wasn't able to avoid this situation. A lot of our comrades have died in the hands of the Joker, and now here we are facing this vigilante. I don't wish to play along with Joker's plan, but the lives of our citizens are at stake. An impressive speech. You masked man, you may be a hero to people, but to the law, you are no different than Joker. Here we have a decision to make. It's either you, who is a criminal, or my men. The sacrifice will save the lives of many citizens. You may be strong and have armor strong enough to protect you from our bullets, but not from our punches. The decision here is simple. Though this is something that I don't wish to do, there are lives at stake here. First, we will take you down, and then the Joker. The people of Gotham are not your toys to play with. He has guts, challenging me. He at least seems brave. I don't know what relation you have with Joker, but you should not bring innocent people into your fights. Wow, from being a hero and leading his men to blaming me. That sure was something. Less than he is simply trying to shift public opinion by shifting the blame onto you and Joker. Though indirect but effective, now world will perceive this situation happening due enmity between Joker greater than. Quiet. What? I moved towards the screen after shutting him up. I just stood there placing my hand on the sensor and waiting for them to disperse. Move. It took them a couple of seconds before they could wrap their heads around the situation. The same could be said about other places. Many people got carried away by his speech and started cursing me. Now all of them were scrambling out of the mall and the train. Now that I see it, it's Metro. But I had to respect this policeman and the people there at the mayor's office. Even with the bomb hanging above their heads, they didn't lose their calm. The moment I remove my hand from the sensor, all the bombs will explode at the same time. But still, they are going out at steady speed. Calmly and orderly. There was no exchange of dialogue here except for a single officer who thanked me silently before going out. It was quite funny, seeing his face fall. He was all self-righteous, pinning the blame on. I wonder what would he answer if such a question was given. Less than yes, greater than. Now at the main matter at hand. Is it time? Less than any moment now, greater than. I'm surprised. I knew you thought of yourself as some hero, but to this extent. Now I'm impressed. Or is it because of just another of your gadgets? Well, this better not be your fake bravado because of some gadget or tool to defuse the bomb. Don't worry. The bomb will explode, or it would be better if I say that I will let it explode with me. If no other person is harmed in this experiment of yours. It's that asking for too much. Well, we'll see about that. Fine, let's see if you can keep up that bravado till the clock hits 0. Every second will feel like an eternity. You can remove your hands, you know. No one will blame you. Just the thought of you sacrificing yourself for others is enough. I am knight. Oh, is that supposed to mean something? I don't know. You do know that these people don't appreciate you and are selfish. They are just happy that it isn't them. They don't have any shame. Those policemen whose duty is to protect people are just tools of the rich. I'm doing a favor for this city by showing its people the truth. Joker. Quote, well, you are no fun. Well, the time is running out. Any moment now. You can still change your mind if you wish. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time's up. Boom. I walked away unscathed that day. I was scared, but I had to hold on. I decided to trust World and Rob. People are selfish, but when I decided to wear the mask and become Batman, I had to honor his code of conduct. I couldn't say his name. I couldn't betray the symbol that is Batman. More than that, I was heartbroken seeing orphans roaming the streets and streets littered with dead bodies. As a reincarnated person, my old world wasn't this brutal. This broke me. I was yearning for happiness. The suffering was too much for me, and this happened due to the feud Joker has with me. Well, at least what that officer said was true. He was playing with me and the city, but what irked me was that officer pining the whole blame on me. There was another clash I had with Joker before the game. It was a simple game. He had planted bombs in 2 places. One being an orphanage and another being a nursing home. In one place there are kids and in another, there are elderly people. It was just another of his sick jokes, a morally questionable game. Who was more important? But the silver lining in this game was he gave me more time than I would have needed. I used my jetpack to reach the orphanage in time while drones dispatched by World reached the nursing home on time. Much to his disappointment, I managed to save the day. I became famous that day. Batman had taken center stage in this world. Everywhere in the city, you could hear people talking about him for a couple of days, but with the way the world was, people moved on. They were too busy with their life to talk about some masked man. Even after what I had done, the people forgot about me. They were cursing me. I guess this is just a part of the job. Though I have my whole attention devoted to Joker, many small-time criminals were afraid to make a move. Did you lock on to Joker, World? Less than just a second, done greater than. Good, let's go. Omnipotent. Present day. Bruce Wayne had his fair share of encounters with Joker. But none of them resulted in him meeting Joker. Joker always stayed behind the scenes, hiding away in the darkness. Being the eminence in shadow. All the games he played with Bruce had people's lives at stake. While Bruce found it challenging after the first game, he couldn't bear witness to the tragedy that unfolded afterwards. His way home wasn't easy on him. He was used to there being litter across the street sometimes, but here he had to walk on a street littered with orphans and poor people. It was worst in the slum areas. You could find dead bodies lying on the side of the streets. He started taking Joker seriously since then. The first encounter with Joker was at the construction site, with the second being at the game, where Joker made him choose between an orphanage and a nursing home. The third and the most recent face-off was when he planted the bomb at the mayor's office, the metro and the mall. After getting out of the blast unscathed, Bruce Wayne returned home. While he did feel compassion for those innocent people, he was afraid. He refuses to admit it, but having been in the blast has changed his perspective. He had nightmares about the blast. He claimed to be unable to sleep, but you would always find him sound asleep just after him being dramatic about the blast. One thing was for sure, he was a heavy sleeper. Such that, even the blast might have not alerted him if he was asleep. It took a week before World was able to track him again. Just as was ready to go after him, he got contacted by Joker, asking him for a meeting. Though he didn't mention the place of the meeting. As if it was himself who leaked his location. This guy, it never is easy when you are dealing with Joker. Bruce left with his bike. Designing and building a car in a couple of weeks is difficult. The one they had in Wayne Enterprises was difficult to drive without attracting the attention of the police. So he chose to go with the bike. It was similar to the bike Batman had used in Dark Knight. The wind is great, though polluted and hazardous substances in addition, so I can't breathe it in without my mask filtering it first. It's cloudy today. He was riding his bike to his destination. Having reached the restaurant where Joker was, according to World, Bruce parked his bike a bit distance away from the restaurant, away from the sight of others. Though the bike did stand out, he managed to ride it around through back alleys and small passages, where the car wouldn't have fit. He rode it away from the prying eyes. He was wearing a suit with a long top coat to bend in with the crowd. With everyone wearing a mask, he didn't have to worry about that aspect. So where is Joker? Less than he is seated at the right corner, all alone greater than. Oh, I see him now. Is that Joker though? Less than no, it's a decoy greater than. Fine, comedy it is. Less than him, greater than. Bruce, after finishing his talk with World, went and sat at the table with Joker. As soon as Bruce sat down, Joker started laughing loudly. You have decided to grace me with your presence, Bat. It's Batman. Whatever, so how are you? Did you have any trouble finding this place? Just get to the topic. Though I am quiet for now, you aren't getting away this time. But are you sure about it? I am the Joker. The police themselves have been unsuccessful in catching me. What are you going to do any different? Because I am stronger than you and the police. There is no need to worry about small things. Let's not get violent now, shall we? So let's play a game, shall we? I've had enough of your games till now. This one is great. I am sure you will not be disappointed with this. So no explosion. Well, where's the fun in games without explosives? Continue. Explosion is an art, a way for me to bring people to their knees and show the world their true nature. Didera, is that you? Let's leave those explosives. Why don't we play a game of chess? It will be useful to check our mental prowess. Well, isn't it obvious till now? This game now that we are going to play is for this exact reason. If you say so. Well, here is the game. Saying, he took out a remote with 2 buttons and placed it on the table. Another bomb. Bruce sighed, seeing the switch. You are correct, but before you proceed, how did you know I survived your game? Because you can't hide from me. Now on to the game. You will now understand why I called you stupid, though indirectly. In this game, you have to find the real Joker. I am a fake and the real Joker is hiding in plain sight in this restaurant. So you're stupid. And now the game starts. Quote. The fake Joker pressed the red-colored button. So, fake Joker, what role does that button play in this game? Oh, I just got so busy playing about the Joker I forgot about it. It had been my dream to meet Joker, and not only did I meet him, but I also got to work with him. Get on with it. This button activates the bomb placed in this restaurant. You have 5 minutes to find the real Joker before this bomb explodes. This guy. After hearing about it, Bruce couldn't stay still. He flipped the table on him. Did you know about it, World? Less than I did say that he is fake greater than. Great, so where is he? Less than the guy you are searching for is to your left. 4 tables greater than. Is he also a fake? Less than yes, greater than. Bruce got up from his seat after flipping the table on fake Joker. His action alerted the whole restaurant. Not minding the other customers, Bruce pulled a stun gun from his pocket and shot the guy World pointed. The people were panic-stricken and afraid. His action had caused a major panic. People were running for their lives away from the restaurant. There is a bomb here. Well, this should get them moving. Bruce, after seeing fake Joker 1 get up, gave him a Brazilian kick. The kick was enough to knock him down. After shooting the man with the stun gun, he moved towards the fake Joker 2. On his way, he stomped on the remote. After getting close to fake Joker 2, he was disappointed. After all this, his 4th time going against Joker, and all his attempts have failed. He found a letter lying on the table, that fake Joker 2 was sitting on. Taking out the letter from the envelope. Opening curly bracket. Batman, that is what you call yourself, right? To find me you will have to play another game now. Oh, I know you are tired of these games now. Just the last one. You will find a yellow car numbered XXXXX parked in the parking lot. You will find the next instructions in it. I know you are tired, but I'm sure the letter in the car will interest you. Closing curly bracket. After having read the letter, Bruce threw the letter and was on his way to the exit. While on his way, he found a kid crying and an old man, with a disabled leg, struggling to get out of the restaurant. Well, except for those fake Joker 1 and 2. Ah, it does not bode well with my consciousness to leave them there. He picked them up. He held the child in one hand while he picked up the old man like a bag of sacks on his shoulder. After dropping them off outside, he moved towards the car. Just as he got in the car, he heard a loud explosion. Guess he wasn't lying about the bomb. He brought it on himself, and I didn't kill him. Technically speaking, I didn't save him. So that shouldn't count as the same thing. Killing someone isn't something that he has ever done before, but this incident is troubling him. I'll think about it later. After finding the car, he got in the car. It was unlocked, so he didn't have to worry about it much. He found a letter on the dashboard. Opening curly bracket. Glad you could make it out alive. Now for your next assignment, take this car to the location marked on the map. Your next assignment involves this car, so you know the drill. No cheating. After reaching the location, park it on the spot marked on the map. Afterwards, you will find a red car numbered XXYYY. Similarly, you will find a map in the car marking your next destination. You may think of it as a nuisance, but trust me, I'll be waiting for you at the end to enjoy the look on your face. Also, it should help you throw the police off from tracking you, and it is fun. Closing curly bracket. A world where privacy is a myth. Less than just put up with it for now. The guy had the nerve to mess me greater than. So now you're serious. Less than yes, I have it all under control. Let's go greater than. Okay, he drove the car to the location just as Joker asked. It was mall parking. Joker. Less than. Greater than. He is a pain. After getting in the next car, he drove to his next destination. It was a hospital. The same ensued for his next couple of rides. In total, he drove 21 cars that day. At last, his destination was an old abandoned port area. After parking his car, he walked a bit. It was already late into the night when he reached his final destination. It's smoggy. Well, it is always the same, so no use worrying about it. The letter did say about following the arrow marks marked on the path. As he looked down at his feet, he found arrows painted on the concrete path pointing forward. Guess this is it. I'm nervous now. Less than it was you who wished to confront Joker in the first place. No use worrying about it now, greater than. Fine. He walked following the markings while making small talk with World. Soon he found himself on a ship. Where are you, Joker? I have come just as you wished. See, I came alone and haven't brought any cops with me. But will the cops come with you peacefully? Bruce, hearing the sound, looked above to find Joker standing on the upper deck while watching him from the lower deck. Neither Joker nor Bruce made an effort to get to the other deck. Well, if they get to catch Joker, then maybe. I'm honored. Let's get to it. Why did you call me? Why the rush? I understand you are impatient, so let's start. What do you have for me? Just ask it and I'll answer honestly. How did you know about me? How did you find out that I survived? It's easy, I was betting on it. You weren't the only one that I invited here. You don't look surprised. Well, I have had my fair share of surprises for today. That seems to be true. So how did you feel killing 2 people today? I am sorry, but I didn't kill them. It was you who killed them and I just refused to save them. Well, if it is what you wish to think, then fine. You still haven't answered my question. Crash. Don't worry, it's just an old ship. There are sounds like that from time to time. As for your first question, it was a game. All those attacks were just my way to test you. I was intrigued by your suit when you escaped the construction site. I was just checking for the level of technology you wield and checking the extent of that suit. My first test was to check your arsenal, and my next test was to check your arsenal and your defense. All other outcomes were just add-ons. Quote. World was right. If I hadn't gotten myself involved with him, then maybe all those people who died would still be alive. Less than wake up. You can mop around after defeating him, greater than. Am I the type of person to mop around? Less than no, greater than. Yes, that did rock my world just like that explosion in his previous game. But I am fine. I am sad, crestfallen, heartbroken and many things, but I am fine. I can handle him. Less than you are a strange one. You get hurt but still show off as if you aren't being affected by it, even laugh it sometimes. It might be good quality for you. Helps cope with any situation until is big enough to destroy, but should also understand that others just shameless. They will perceive scum, greater than. That's harsh. Less than yes, greater than. But what about you? Less than him. To me, you are my master. I also know what feeling, so don't know. Maybe C is a selfish who doesn't appreciate his subordinates, greater than. Point taken. Less than you should concentrate. He is getting to the main topic, greater than. While Joker was prattling on, Bruce was busy talking with World. So you see how I was able to find just the way to design a field for us to meet. Yes, Now on to the main topic, just wait a second. Our last guest is here. The end. Drop a comment and leave a review. Be it negative or positive, but make sure to give a constructive criticism. Also, if you think you can add anything of value to the FIC, then you are more than welcome to comment. Any thoughts or questions, ask them in the comment section. I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. Your gift is the motivation for my creation. Give me more motivation. Have some idea about my story? Comment it and let me know. Creation is hard, cheer me up. Vote for me, like it, add to library. Chaotic Void 24 creators, thoughts. 15 comments 0 vote. 7. Joker. If you notice any errors, please feel free to give me constructive feedback. English is not my first language, so if you notice any mistakes, please mention them in the comment section at the end of the chapter. Characters and the setting used in this fanfic does not belong to me and they belong to their respective owners. Let's begin the story. Word count. 5,530 approximately. The very police officer who had tried pinning blame on Bruce in the last game of Joker walked into the boat. It's you, Batman. What is he doing here? Quiet, I was getting to it. You two are the players for today's game. Don't worry, I have ordered them to release your family after you walked into the ship. Thank you. You're welcome. I am a man of my word. Now on to the main subject. You both were tasked with different tasks. Batman here was asked to drive vehicles from one place to another while I asked you to plant a bomb in the mayor's office. You should be proud. What is it about explosives that you love so much, Joker? Bruce had been thinking about it since the moment he first saw Joker's attack. He hadn't been able to find out about it. Explosives, huh, because it is a symbol of destruction. While it wasn't major, there was a variation in his voice for a second. Bruce didn't fail to miss it. He was surprised for a moment, but Joker just continued, while the police officer stood like a statue. Well, now we are moving to the main topic. Batman, how was your journey till here? Great, I guess it was the same for you, cop whose name I can't bother to remember. Was it fun driving those cars, Batman? I understand, you are angry right now, Batman. The same could be said about the cop, but I am sure the only reason you aren't thrashing me is because of our reason for the meeting. You are bidding your time till I reveal it. Great, not that I mind it. But how does it feel if I were to say that you killed thousands of people? Knowingly or unknowingly today? What do you mean? To make his point, Joker continued. The little game that we played today was fun. Do you know that I planted a bomb in every car? While you drove that car all across the city and parked them in the most bustling areas, risking the lives of the people of this city. Is that so? You are very calm about this, Batman. We have faced 3 times now, Joker. You should have learned it by now. That I never fail. How are you planning on changing the situation now, Batman? Just like this. Just as Bruce replied to Joker, he snapped his fingers. With the snap of fingers as a cue, multiple cars drove through the deck and parked in front of them, turning on their headlights. The crash you heard earlier was from this vehicle being loaded onto the ship. Bruce went on to further explain and break Joker's confidence. Hearing Batman, Joker laughed loudly. You got me, Batman. I was skeptical at first about you having a companion, but now I'm completely sure of it. Your companion isn't someone ordinary. She is a god in this world of ours. Through all the tests I can say for sure, that they have no limit. There is no winning against them when it comes to cyber warfare, so I tried other ways but I have still failed. Less than he gets it. Greater than. Bruce sighs. While unbeknownst to Joker, their whole chat was being telecast live in a room located in one of the skyscrapers in the city. It was a meeting room with a table at the center and chairs arranged around it. The video footage was being projected on the wall, while the people in the room watched it. One of the people present was the mayor. The rest of the people in the room are comprised of the rich, other politicians and corrupt officials. What? How did he survive that explosion? He must have escaped before the explosion. That's one way to see it. But did he have the time to escape, or was it some equipment of his that helped him? Wait a minute. He has planted bombs all across the city. Sighs, it won't be easy this time. Handling the aftermath is going to be difficult. A man in a suit spoke while massaging his forehead. What do you think we should do? Should we send in the cops to arrest them? Do you think it will be easy enough to arrest them? Replied another. What are supposed to do? Wait a minute, check the stream. They watched as Batman played with Joker. How he summoned the cars with a snap of his finger. After hearing what Joker had to say about Batman's assistant, they were sure of one thing, that the destruction of Batman was more important than Joker's existence. They had to eliminate them. Seeing Batman's track record, they were sure that it was them on the list after Joker. So the ruckus continued. They fought and debated about various solutions to their problem, but weren't able to conclude until silent. As the mayor spoke, the whole table quieted view. I understand that this is quite a predicament we have found ourselves in. Joker is a threat to the city and so is Batman. Are we all on the same page? Yes. They have disrupted the peace of our city. True. I concur. After everyone agreed with him. So I was thinking of taking a similar approach to this problem as Joker. We can launch missiles on the ship and sink it. Is that agreeable? Yes. The gentlemen, let's move on to the next phase. The mayor, after taking everyone's response, contacted his secretary to move further with the plan. Less than S, they are on the move. They plan to drop bombs this ship. Greater than. That's fast. Don't they care about their spy here? Well, seeing the condition of the government and the city, I doubt it. So what now? You brought those cars here on the ship. What are going to do next, Batman? That's a mystery, Joker. It's a task for you to find out. You still have the remote, right? But before we proceed, I just want to ask you for your purpose in doing this. Because it's fun. Is that it? Yes, what else would it be other than fun and some sweet revenge? Revenge against whom? The world. Less than missiles incoming. Greater than. That's fast. They didn't wait, did they? Less than they couldn't miss you or Joker. Seeing survive the explosion previously. They are worried. Greater than. Good. What? Don't you have anything to say for yourself, officer? What was your name? Ramsey Bolton. Well, he can die. A guy who can eat another man's D can die. There is no use saving him. Nor does his actions or his name warrant me to save him. As for Joker, I am tired. He will fall today. Size. World. Less than yes. Greater than. He is the real deal, right? Less than yes. Greater than. Good. Remember, after those missiles do their damage, trigger the bombs in the cars. It's good that you have parked them surrounding us. There is no way left to get out of the ship other than going over the car. By the way, how many missiles have they launched? You are using plural here. Less than 10. Greater than. That's a lot. Won't it harm the city? Less than. They have even decided on their official statement for this incident. Less than P. Greater than. It has come to our attention that a recent incident on an abandoned ship involving two individuals, namely Joker and Batman, has resulted in unfortunate consequences. Their altercation caused harm to innocent bystanders, leaving many injured and traumatized. In these challenging times, we urge everyone to remain united and resolute in our efforts to prevent individuals like Batman and Joker from exploiting our communities. The government is committed to supporting our citizens during this difficult period, and we deeply appreciate the contributions of our generous business leaders who have come forward to aid in the city's recovery. We also encourage the public to join us in this endeavor. Greater than. That's fast. My life since the moment I stepped into this world has been eventful. More so than my past life. While I had such or even more extravagant events in my past life, not with such consistency. It was all because of Joker. Now I wish to know why Joker did what he did. It's going to remain a mystery forever now. Less than impact in 3 seconds. Greater than. Boom. Even the weapons have almost no noise. It's good for a surprise attack. Boom. Less than detonating the explosives in car. Greater than. Good. Am I not getting too casual with explosives? Just as Bruce was reminiscing about his life in this world, his line of sight was on Joker. They had eye contact. Bruce was surprised to see the smile on Joker's face. Strangely, he was more surprised than shocked to discover it. Joker was not making any attempt to escape the ship, as if he was welcoming his demise. Strangely, it wasn't his usual crazed smile but one of disappointment. Ramsey tried jumping off the ship after the first missile made contact with the ship but was torn by the explosives in the car. Before he could think further about what the smile meant, a missile dropped on Joker. The missile was a couple of meters away from Bruce, but he felt the impact. While the suit protects him from any harm, it does not help him when the terrain is affected. The deck broke off. While falling, he saw it. The missile tore through Joker's body and had a point-blank explosion. The heat from the explosion burned and melted his body. At the last moment though, Joker had lost most of his body and his body was still in the process of being destroyed by the missile. Bruce felt as if Joker was watching him and both had eye contact again. Before he blacked out, "Where am I?" In a previous instance, as far as he could remember, he had reincarnated as Bruce Wayne in the Overlord world after meeting Rob. After he found there was still a year left to game release. He was spending his time enjoying his life, taking full advantage of his prowess. When he found out about Joker, he couldn't help himself from donning the mask to protect the city. To be Batman was his longtime dream. With Joker's presence and R&D department of Wayne Enterprises and his money, nothing was stopping him. He fought Joker many times, all ending in neither of their victory. Having gotten tired of their games with Joker's proposal, Batman agreed to meet Joker. So he got on the ship as per Joker's instructions. He was on the ship fighting Joker when the government decided to drop missiles on the ship. Was it all a dream? Was my hypothesis about being in a coma true after all? Before he could think further, he heard a baby crying. Until now, it was as if he was floating in a dark space. He couldn't feel his body. Just his soul, but now the whole dark space was filled with light. Though the feeling of being without a body didn't go away, he could see a hospital-like place. He couldn't hear what they were talking, but he saw a nurse hand him over to women. "Wait, where am I? What is this? I can't feel my body yet. From my perspective, I am in some infant's body. Did I reincarnate?" He was filled with questions, but it wasn't like before. Maybe reincarnating once had prepared him for this moment. While he was making sense of the situation, from the corner of his eye he saw the expression of the women. She was happy. A smile was plastered on her face. Though it might be just his imagination, as even she looked tired and just a second away from falling asleep. "McPav. Nope, I didn't reincarnate. So where am I? It is not my body." After the birth scene, I am assuming it to be the birth scene. The scenery changed in a blink of an eye. The infant had transitioned to a child. However, I still have no idea as to who this person is. Also, neither have I been able to contact World. The main difference, if I were to point out, would be the reaction of whom I assume to be this child's parents. They don't treat him well. Even his mother, whom I saw smiling and looking at him, is now treating him harshly. So is his father and his brother. He is the younger member of this family. The family of this child has a total of 4 members. His parents and his elder brother. While his parents fawn over his elder brother, and yet they despise this child. It is another story with his brother. He doesn't even acknowledge this child's existence. A very pitiful life. His brother is genius and handsome, whereas this child is smart but is more inclined towards science, specifically physics and chemistry. But his achievements aren't even considered or acknowledged in his house. It may be because of his face and especially his nose. It's disfigured. After watching his story, I have shortlisted some candidates with matching histories. But I am not sure. Penguin, Drive, Doofenshmirtz, etc., though he is from another universe. The story moved on with him growing up alone. Even the kids avoided him and bullied him. His brother was a picture-perfect son to his parents. He wasn't just good at studies, he was also athletic. This guy was only good at science, and he even failed at some experiments. To boot it up, he is physically weak. Life moved on, and he got younger siblings, but the story didn't change. Even his younger siblings trampled on him. He was alienated, but he didn't give up on his life. He still made an effort every time. He tried exercising and even improved his performance in academics to get acknowledgement from his parents, but all his efforts didn't help him. That's something I think is great quality. Not everyone can do this. Also, it wasn't just his home where he got bullied. Even in his school, the faculty and his classmates treated him worse. I feel sorry for this guy. Later he moved to college where things didn't change. Whereas his brother had turned into a successful businessman. He was passing his day, but as they say, after bad times, good things do happen. I am not sure if this can be considered good, but this guy mustered his courage and proposed to one of the most beautiful girls in his college. As anyone could guess, he got rejected, and with rejection followed by bullying by her henchmen and other admirers. But it did lead to one good thing though. A girl, though average in almost every aspect, fell in love with him. Her looks were average, but she had a certain charm in her. They met when he was tired of his bullies and was trying to build some weapon to seek revenge against his bullies. He knew it, people didn't love him. Even in his school days, when he approached his teacher about bullying, rather than it helping him, it backfired. The bullying got severe. He had to stand up for himself. to not let others trample over him. But fate had other plans for him. With this, his life took a drastic turn that day. He suddenly felt loved and a new experience for him and he loved it. He promised himself to protect her and protect their future together. There wasn't any job he would have not done to protect her. He cherished her. One day, his brother all of a sudden visited him, asking for his help in his business. It brought him great joy. The very brother who was a genius finally was talking and acknowledging his presence. Well, despite all the things they did to him, he didn't hate his family. He loved them, he always went the extra mile to make them happy. But he was jealous of his brother for he was loved by his parents, while he wasn't. He was desperate for acknowledgement. But he couldn't keep up with his jealousy anymore. He was happy, finally, everything was going his way for once. Even he was entitled to happiness. He helped his brother in his business, everything was going well. Everyone was happy. Just as days passed, he found his wife pregnant. His happiness knew no bounds. Finally, he was leading a happy life. But it all came falling when he messed up in his work. His brother was angry, his parents were angry and even his wife was angry with him. He didn't understand it. He had thought at least his wife would have stood by him in this situation. He had to sell his properties to fix the situation. He still had a sizable sum to his name, enough to live a decent life after finding a job. At this time his wife also gave birth. It was a boy, he had a son. Having gone through a difficult childhood he didn't wish for the same to happen to his kid. But to alleviate his worries, his son didn't have a disfigured face like him. He looked normal. But again life didn't give him a moment to rest or enjoy the moment. He had again found happiness and even his wife had stopped fighting with him. He had found a reason for himself to live. Until his son was diagnosed with a lethal disease. A disease caused by excess pollution. The toxic and poisonous substances present in the air. The damage was already done, and to treat him he required a lot of money. He begged his brother but to no avail. The fighting between his wife and him again started. He was down, even his wife had to start working to save money for their son's treatment. He didn't give up and again approached his family and his brother for money. While his brother was a successful businessman and was rich, so was his family. He was born with a silver spoon, but to his fate, he didn't grow up as most would have expected from a family such as his. It was tearing him apart inside out, and his helplessness was driving him crazy, but one day, he had something that destroyed him inside out. What destroyed him was seeing his wife with his brother. He was heartbroken, his whole world was crumbling. He couldn't bear it, but he had to live for his son. The only fragment holding him together. He was in denial, but when he thought about it, maybe his wife was also working hard to earn money for their son. She did love him at his lowest. This very thought process saved him and gave him the courage to move forward. He entered the dark side of the world. To earn more money, he made contact with some notorious criminals. They, knowing him, formulated a plan to rob his brother. While hesitant, he moved forward thinking about his wife and his son. The rage he felt for his brother also played a part in this. The rage he never felt before. He kept on bearing their treatment of him, but he couldn't help when it came to his son. On the day of the operation, he was nervous, but he had no other choice. He needed money, and if he were to back out, he would be putting his whole family in danger. Before the attack, he was there at the hospital looking after his son. It was his turn now. He moved outside to get coffee to calm his nerves. While getting a can of coffee from the vending machine, he was approached by a nurse, urging him to follow her. His son was in critical condition, as his health had deteriorated. He had started vomiting blood and was in urgent need of blood, but so were the other patients, and they were paying more for the limited supply of blood left. They were being prioritized. He didn't have money, so he had no other choice than to give his blood instead. This guy is strong. I don't think I would have lived such a life. The courage to live through. The guy, after giving his blood, was resting on the bed when a nurse came in. Not to be a misogynist, I have never understood the concept of a guy being a nurse. When you are in the hospital, you expect a beautiful nurse to take care of you rather than a man. The nurse, after talking with this guy for a bit, asked a question. You are a great person though. It wasn't the first time this guy had given his blood. But why? I would have never expected a person to go to such lengths to save someone who is not your son. Own son. Yes, he is from your wife's first marriage, right? My wife's first marriage. Well, that's what she said when had checked his reports, as you were mentioned there is a father, but he wasn't your son. Though he is related to you by blood. Quote. Wait, don't tell me. I am sorry. The nurse consoled him and left the room fast. It was the final nail in his coffin. The news destroyed him. He didn't know what to believe, or whom to trust. The world didn't even give him a moment to rest and sort his feelings when he received a phone call. It was time for the heist. The rage he was feeling compelled him to go. It was almost time for his wife to visit the hospital to take care of her son. He didn't wish to see her now. I am not too sure about this, but I can feel his emotions. I can feel his rage, hopelessness and emptiness. He moved outside, to get to the decided meeting spot. While on his way he saw some explosives lying near the parking beside a tent. There was some construction work happening in the vicinity. Seeing the explosives, he wished to blow up the whole city, but he couldn't. He was in a turmoil right now, trying to reel it in and get the hang of his emotions. He wished to and also not to forgive her. But she was the only person in this world who ever showered him with love. She was the one who taught him the meaning of love. He wished to forget about it but also confront her about it. But was afraid of the result. He was living for his family now, but if the family was out of the picture, then what was he working or living for? He was afraid to find the answer. In the emotional turmoil, he went to the predetermined location to meet up with the gang. Though nervous and afraid, he went with the plan. These guys successfully launched their heist, but they messed up at the end part. The guy was nervous, he didn't wish to get caught now. He didn't even wish to lose what little he had left, even though there was nothing left with or on him. He ran as if in a frenzy. Rather than going to the exit, he took one wrong turn and entered the wrong place. In the end, he managed to get out of the factory, but he didn't get out unscathed. He had entered a lab. A lab where you can't enter without any protection due to the radiation. He was exposed to the radiation and had a near-death experience but managed to get out. Though the room was locked, his access to the factory was surprisingly not revoked yet. Due to this, he entered the lab and was also able to get out. While the rest of his team died in the shootout, he got out and was on his way home in a deranged state. He sat down on a bench in the park, en route to his house, to think about all that happened to him. He wished to curse the world. But he couldn't. I'll go see my wife. Maybe she still loves me. Maybe all of this was just a big misunderstanding. I hate her for this, but my son. Rather than going straight home, he turned towards the hospital. He had decided to go somewhere far away from this city and country. He at least wished to see them for one last time before leaving. As he was sure if his parents were to find out about his son being their elder son's child, then they are for sure going to help him. Maybe he will also get all the love that I didn't get. I am sure they will also look after her with my nephew. He took a bus and got down near the hospital. While on the bus, everyone was avoiding him. He didn't mind then and was lost thinking about his future. His footsteps were heavy on the way to the hospital, but it broke him. God didn't give him any respite to cope with. His only love was also stolen away from him and he couldn't even meet her one last time. The hospital was on fire, it destroyed him. Later, when he did some enquiry, he got to know about the reason. Some thieves had robbed a jewelry store and after their encounter with the police had taken refuge in the hospital. They had shot some big shot in their heist, which led to a harsh reaction from the police. Their fight had caused a lot of casualties, but as the end resort, it was unknown who did it. It was either the terrorists, that's what they were later labeled as, blew explosives to escape or commit suicide, or it was the cops who used the explosives to kill the terrorist faster. The fight had after all taken a toll on them. They had even suffered casualties on their side. They wished for swift results to answer their owners. Everything else passed and was over in a flash. In the end, I saw myself standing in front of this guy when a missile made contact with him. I saw my expression at the end. The space started crumbling, and I was back in my previous position falling down the deck, but I held out my hand at the last moment before I could fall into the sea. The water condition is by far worse. I am not sure the number of diseases I would get from getting down in there. Omnipotent. Bruce climbed back on the deck. The line of sight followed Joker's remains. Joker. Less than is something the matter s greater than. Did you see it, world? Less than see what? Greater than. Never mind, I'll tell you about it later. Less than okay, greater than. So did I blank out now for some time? Less than no, greater than. Then how many missiles have landed so far? Boom. 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 Less than that's the 5th one. Also, get out of here as soon possible. If you don't wish to in that water greater than. Yes, world, I need you to do something for me. Less than what is it? Greater than. Hack into the navigation system of those missiles and redirect them towards the mayor and all his goons. I don't wish any one of them to survive this. Less than if that is what you wish. Also, these weren't the only cars Joker had procured and planted bomb greater than. Oh, less than so greater than. Use them, last time you said they were in some skyscraper, right? Crash all those cars into the building and no one should survive it. But if you can please keep the casualties to those who deserve it. Less than I Captain greater than. Great, let's get out of here. With his command, his bike came to his rescue with which he escaped the ship and soon lost all surveillance on him. 3 weeks later, Bruce was on his way to Japan on his private jet. It had been some time since he had left Gotham and was nearing Nippon or Japan. World, less than S greater than. I have been thinking about it. It wasn't just Joker's life I saw there. Before I woke up, I even saw my whole past life pass through me in the blink of an eye. Less than interesting, while you were stuck there not a second had passed in the real world. It might be something related to Rob. Or have 2 types of special eyes that caused side effects. According what say can't control it. So will greater than. True, I think having lived my life, though however short it may have been. I think I understand a bit more about myself. I am paradoxical. I desire happiness, but my mind often dwells on things that make me sad. I am both lazy and ambitious. I don't particularly like myself, but at the same time, I love who I am. I often claim that I don't care, but in reality, I do. I crave attention, yet I push it away when it comes my way. I am a bundle of conflicted contradictions. If I cannot make sense of myself, then it is unlikely that anyone else can. I have decided rather than being someone better fitted in the world. To be the ideal person or adopt a personality suited for the world, to be the person I wish to be. To live freely. Less than good greater than. What I did wasn't right but I did what I did. Gotham is in crisis now. After the death of those upper echelons, everyone was scared. They were scared of Joker. To the people of the world, Joker and Batman still live on to the date. While I have set aside my mask, as for Joker he is dead. But the terror is still ever present. To people, he managed to kill those who did the killing till now. People are in power and still out loose. If that isn't a show of power then what is? As for Batman, people believe he is still hiding in the shadows healing himself to face Joker. He rules the night. Even though the government was in shambles, the criminals and other troublemakers were equally terrified of causing any trouble. Master Bruce, we will be landing soon now. Okay, Alfred. Bruce walked out of his plane. The plane had landed on one of the private islands of Japan, owned by Wayne Enterprises. All thanks to ROB. The weather is ever the same. It's just as smoggy here as Gotham. Despite there being no pollution creating equipment or facilities, the situation is the same. Less than yes greater than. The car is ready. Okay, let's go, Alfred. We have a business deal to make. Yes sir. McPav, on the plane. The relationship between Joker and explosives was sad. He also managed to kill his brother. I am sure that wasn't easy. Despite his treatment, they were still related by blood. They grew up together. I am sure that must have been hard. Joker killed him using explosives and he did play a game before he killed him. He died at the explosion that took place the day I came to this world. The very explosion I had heard about in the news. The explosion that announced the presence of Joker to me. In the very place I had observed while Alfred drove me to my office to collect the lightsaber. He was pitiful. Asterisk 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 asterisk. Note: from next chapter, I will be starting Idrasil Arc. What did you think of the chapter? It took me a while to write it. With my busy schedule by the grace of my college and other work. Do comment your opinion, it gives me motivation to write faster. Also drop a review. I'll try my level best to upload next chapters as soon as possible. I still have to write them, but so is true for this or my previous chapters. I don't stock chapters like some authors here in webnovel. I write a chapter, whether it is 1 or 2, and upload it. I am waiting to hear your thoughts about the fanfic till this chapter. If I can identify my mistakes, then I can rectify them going forward, so your feedback will be helpful. The end. Drop a comment and leave a review. Be it negative or positive, but make sure to give a constructive criticism. Also, if you think you can add anything of value to the FIC, then you are more than welcome to comment. Any thoughts or questions, ask them in the comment section. I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. Have some idea about my story? Comment it and let me know. Like it, add to library. Your gift is the motivation for my creation. Give me more motivation. Creation is hard, cheer me up. Vote for me. Chaotic Void 24 creators, thoughts. 19 comments, 0 vote. 8. Idrasil. If you notice any errors, please feel free to give me constructive feedback. English is not my first language, so if you notice any mistakes, please mention them in the comment section at the end of the chapter. Characters and the setting used in this fanfic does not belong to me, and they belong to their respective owners. Let's begin the story. Word count, 4,400 approximately. A couple of weeks after the fall of Joker. Japan, year 2125. A teenager was standing by the window of a building observing the pedestrians as they moved about their lives. The sight of a child trying to sell a pack of cigarettes caught his attention. The world is truly corrupted beyond belief to be saved. It's been almost 2 months since I came to this world. It's just a daily average commonplace occurrence, but I still can't get used to this. Japan fares no better than Gotham. Even here I found orphans suffering in the slums with dead bodies left to rot at the edge of the roads. What troubles me is that no one bats an eye towards it. They have accepted their fate. Just as Bruce was contemplating the state of the world, he heard footsteps approaching him. Alfred's arrival broke his train of thought. They have arrived, sir. It seems. What were you thinking about, sir? Is the world we live in truly beyond saving? Is it about Gotham, sir? Why do you ask? I've always wondered about it. You were compassionate, but I never thought of you to partake in the fight yourself, sir. Neither did I. It's no wonder he found out. Well, I have never tried to hide it. I was worried all the time you went out. I have been keeping it to myself, but I was worried for you, sir. I have a promise to keep. I have promised to look after you to your parents, sir. You have nothing to worry about, Alfred. You didn't say it, sir, but I knew it was you. You were Batman. Yes, I am Batman. Does that change anything now? Yes, sir. I was there in the house to hear your first cry and have looked after you from when you were just a day old. Your parents were very happy to see you and wished for you to be happy. Next, I wish to hear the cry of your child in the house and not the cry of people mourning your death, sir. Nothing of the sort will happen, Alfred. I have retired. I defeated Joker. I am the Knight. I am the Dark Knight of Gotham. After the completion of my mission, I fade into the darkness, never to be found. That was my goal from the very beginning. It is over now. Now that the people of Gotham fear Batman or hope for Batman to return, that has nothing to do with me. It's all in the past. A couple of years away from the house has changed you, sir. You were different before you left for school. People change, Alfred. I guess I have changed. Whether for better or worse, only the future will tell. Sir, right, I will be attending the meeting. We can't keep our guests waiting now, can we? Yes, sir. I apologize for my behavior. I was worried about you. You are hurting yourself trying to change the world. It is a difficult endeavor. One filled with only pain and suffering. It is tough times, Alfred, and I have made my peace with it. I am not a god, at least not yet. Yes, sir. Bruce turned his back to the window and moved towards the meeting room as Alfred looked, his back getting further away. Just before Bruce stepped into the meeting room, he called Alfred. Alfred, buy all those cigarettes from the child and dispose of them. Kids shouldn't be playing with cigarettes. Also, help him solve his problem. Children his age should be learning, studying and playing, not working. Yes, sir, I'll get it done at once. Great, wish me luck, Alfred. This is my first meeting as head of the Wayne family after all. You always have my well wishes, sir. Hearing Alfred say it out loud brought a smile to Bruce's face. Spending 2 months together has made me care for him. It's good when you know that someone has your back. The same applies to you also, world. Less than I am happy to be regarded with such high honor, greater than. Well, you should be. Alfred was happy to see the kid transition into a young man. He was happy with the growth the heir to the Wayne family had. Your parents would have been proud of you, sir. After all, becoming Batman and fighting injustice all alone is a very difficult endeavor. I can't imagine how hard you must have worked. It just proves how serious you were about it. Note: I will keep most of the Idrasil arc in MCPOV first-person perspective. Japan year 2126. It's finally here. Though the official release is still a couple of months away, the game is still in the beta testing phase. 1,000 players were selected to be beta testers for the game. As an investor in the game, it was well within my right to get early access. As I had planned, I did buy 20% of the stocks, though they were giving me a hard time. I played by their rules at the start. I also tried negotiating, but when they still weren't budging, I made my offer of buying it at double the market price, and yet they were going about it the hard way. If only I had the Gilgamesh template now, I would have shown these mongrels their place. At last, when I made my last offer of doubling the previous amount I was offering, they were skeptical. But when I stated that it was my last offer, they could either take it or leave it. Clearly showing them how much of a nuisance they were being. They came around pretty fast. Due to this little shenanigan, I did make a name for myself on the board in Japan by extension. To them, it was a foreigner throwing his money like a fool. What would they know that this little money was my ticket to immortality and godhood, but to the few, I was a monster because of the stunt, or maybe it was my pride. A monster trying to enter the Japanese market aggressively. They were afraid of me. But when I didn't try to buy another company or make any other move to warrant their caution, they were relieved and treated me as they had before. That is to ignore me. They were living in their own built fantasy, and they couldn't have an outsider trespass on their garden. When I had the chance to check out the game, I didn't have any fantasies of playing fair. These scouting don't even count in terms of cheating in my book. But I did plan on playing fair in the beginning, so as not to get bored. I did check out the game, though I didn't create a character at the time. It was practically announcing my character to the devs and the board. All of the major investors were privy to the user data, and their knowing about my account is the last thing I wish for. It will just be a burden on me. I don't wish for them to be meddling in my affairs. I can come out with my account at a later date if the situation calls for it. Till then I have World to manage or handle all my problems. I got access to it by mentioning my advisors wishing to check the game. They had no reason to refute my request, and here I am. But the account I am playing with is the one World got me. No trace left. Sometimes my geniuses frighten me. I was trying to play by the book. It is just the start, and I don't wish to blow up anything. The last thing I wish is for the game to shut down before the canon begins. Everything was good. I got up early on the day of release and got all my stuff done before the release time. I made my way towards my gaming room here in my mansion. I had a state-of-the-art technology console. The best the technology of the 22nd century could offer. Even the equipment used by the company to build and host Yggdrasil doesn't compare to this console. That tells a lot about how my gaming experience is going to be. To boot it, I have my power generating station to power this console, plus the best internet connection. I didn't leave any stones unturned. I sat down, admiring the machinery. It's giving me goosebumps. After I'd had enough, I sat up straight. I wore my helmet and connected the cable to my neuro port. The display popped up, showing various applications installed in my console. Yggdrasil was one of the many games I had installed, the rest were my little experiments to get the handle on the VR games. After clicking on the icon of Yggdrasil, waiting for the game to begin. This is it. World, how much more? Less than 2 more minutes greater than. This will mark the beginning of my reign as the ruler. To make sure that I was ready for it, I tried playing various games trying VR. All I saw were simple RPGs and some fighter games that could help me. The games were good, but I can now understand how Yggdrasil came to monopolize the market. It was revolutionary. Many games that I thought were going to last have faded away from existence. Though COC and Pocket Monster have survived. I did try logging into my old COC ID though, but it didn't work. As expected, this is another world but has similarities with my old world. Though it differs in many aspects. Almost all Japanese media is available, but many from overseas don't. Yggdrasil. Loading. World, it's in your hands now. Do it fast. As the owner of the company, making the game, I knew about certain things. Well, it's more like I got to know about it from World. As a partial owner, I had the power to recommend and place workers in the company. Using my power, I recruited World for the company. To them, the World is handicapped women who have to work from home. At the start, they were skeptical about it, but after witnessing her prowess they were amazed to never raise a complaint, and it shut up those who raised it at the beginning. My sweet little spy. However, I wonder if I ever am going to need a spy. After all, I do own a good amount of shares. Name: Lord of the Mysteries. Race: heteromorphic, doppelganger. Start world: Jotunheimer. Design: world went on skipping those, at least it looked that way to me. She might have read it all. She went to answer all the questions and selected the options we had discussed beforehand. After having discussed it with the world, I decided to make my character look just like what I look in the real world. I have grown accustomed to this body. Also, I have a great body that is handsome and has good shape. So why bother designing another? However, I had to spend a great deal of money to purchase Creator Tool to make a doppelganger, a heteromorphic race individual to resemble a human. To make his default look like a human. But for it, I had to wait till they released Creator Tools, and that's a story for another time. Till then, I had my monster look. Enter. From World, I got to know about an interesting event. There are 3 race types in the Idrasil. Those are human, demi-human and heteromorphic. There was an event designed to award the first players to choose a race. World sped up the process, moving along without reading any instructions for controls or the lore of the game, or she knew about it from beforehand. Congratulations on being the first heteromorphic race player in Idrasil. Check rewards. Here it is. Great job world. Less than it's my honor, Lord greater than. Well, I am happy now, so I forgive you for the sarcastic remark. Less than it's my pleasure greater than. Well, never mind. It was my first achievement and a great one at that. As the first player of my race, I am to receive a god title. It doesn't just end there, I also received a rare class. A class equivalent of Eclipse which Momonga possessed. It was Shapeshifter, though the class that one received depended on their choice of race. I chose Doppelganger and got Shapeshifter. A great class, and it is powerful. With it, I can fool anyone of my identity. I can set up duplicate player data for those using divination on me, and the only way to bypass it is to have a world item that helps with divination. No other world item holders can see through my guise. Also, as a shapeshifter I can turn myself into anyone I wish except world enemies. Though there are limitations with each level, what I can achieve is great. Though I will only possess 80% of the strength. It's an important point to remember that in most games 80% is not equal to level 80, and so is Idrasil. So I should be as strong as them when they were somewhere around level 90. But there is a solution to it. It is to conduct a ritual to ask other players to allow me to access their avatar. However, there is always a catch. For this, the players who conduct the ritual have to sacrifice experience worth 100 levels, or in layman's terms they have to give up all their experience and start from level 1. Plus there is a good chance of them losing any one class they possess. Though they will be retaining all their equipment and skills. As for the title of God, it grants me immunity against time, instant death and divination, plus I am immortal. Resistance to acid and poison is just a bonus. Achieving it this early in the game has its benefits. Normally the players don't have innate skills to protect against these, they have equipment that does the work. But here I am immune to them without any external factor. So if I were to strip them of their equipment, which is not possible in the game but in the new world, it would be another story. Additionally, I get a 1.5x multiplier on all my stats. So my HP, MP and other stats would be 50% more than another player with the same build as me. After reading through the whole passage mentioned about the rewards, I moved around to observe the world I was in. I specifically chose Jotunheimer. The days of discrimination against heteromorphic races are yet to begin. So it will be better to explore the terrain now. I had been dropped in a forest and my first quest was to hunt goblins and make my way to the central town of this world. Each world has a town located around the edge of the world. It's called Central Town with a town hall and shops. It's a safe zone and the main location of the world. As per the quest, one moved around the forest in search of goblins. I just wanted put to this quest behind me so that I could concentrate on my plan. After 5 minutes of walking around I finally found a couple of goblins sitting around a bonfire. It is interesting to note that the developers have concentrated on even the minute details. As I moved close to them, they noticed me. As a level 1 player I didn't have any noteworthy skills and neither did I have any weapons on me. Heteromorphic are only given a tattered robe and a low-grade HP potion. whereas human and demi-human races are given a sword or a wand depending on their class. I had no choice but to fight with my bare hands. There is still time before they release creator tools, so I couldn't create my avatar to resemble me. So for now, I have made my avatar have a face similar to those Celestials from Marvel, with the humanoid body but hands and feet are replaced with tentacles. In the dream plane, I have learned to fight with my human body, but here I am going bold, trying new things. It's not like this is a Doherty situation. I can experiment all I want. GR. With a battle cry, all three goblins ran towards me. It was difficult to hit, so I kept dodging. They were level 1 and so was I. But they had numbers. Also, they had clubs. I kept on dodging until one goblin showed his back to me. As a heteromorphic race, I have more stamina and health than other races. Especially the goblins who were demi-human. I tried penetrating his heart but was unsuccessful, and all I managed was to whip him. 1/3 road of his HP dropped. It was a battle of attribution. After 15 minutes of fighting with them, I was successful in killing them. I got the resources and data crystals from their corpse. So I made my way towards the central town. All I know is that as someone makes their way to the center of any world, the difficulty increases. With increasing difficulty, the rewards also increase. Idrasil game. It's been some time since the official release of the game. More players have joined, and even I was successful in reaching level 35 before the completion of the first week of the game release. After defeating those goblins, I made my way to the town and spent the rest of the time exploring. Now I was level 35, in the first week of the game. I was spending a crazy amount of time, so much so that Alfred started complaining about it. But all I could think about was that my build wasn't the best. Also, I decided to focus on magic. So all my classes were related to magic. Even though I managed to reach level 35, the game wasn't easy. The amount of experience required is way more at every level. Currently, I was on my way towards a giant village to complete my quest. It's been 10 days since I had focused on completing the quest, so I didn't get to grind levels. But with this quest, I did progress to level 37. The quest was easy. A goblin tribe had been stealing their crops. Though the giants were strong and were able to kill all the goblins that attacked, but were unable to locate the goblin hideout. They assigned a quest to me after I stumbled on their village while I was on my journey to explore the region and grind levels. I was in search of a nice spot, rich with experienced monsters. But doing a quest is also fun. As for the reward, they promised to give me a giant sword. Though I do not need it right now, I can't say the same about the future. The sword though isn't a divine tier or legendary tier weapon. It still has a charm to it. After all, the sword is as big as the village chief. An important detail would be that the village chief is the largest giant in the village. He's 18 meters tall, while I am 1.86 meters. He's the strongest and the largest giant in this village, followed by a 12-meter giant. The sword was forged by a dwarf and a giant. There is an interesting story about the sword. The sword was forged by him and his dwarf friend. It's a steel sword. Well, they used to belong to the same party. As a show of cowardice, the dwarf with his help forged a weapon for him, but in the end, he couldn't wield it. The weapon had been lying around in his house since then. So he decided to gift it to anyone who could help him. Though he tried finding a suitable owner for the sword, none were able to wield it. Well, neither can I. But those who could wield it weren't impressed by the quality of the weapon. The sword is a legacy class item. It's not the strongest, but a legacy class weapon at this stage of the game is great. Right now, I am visiting the village to collect my reward for the completion of my quest. As per the quest, I had eliminated the goblin settlement. Thank you for complying with our request. You're welcome. Quest complete. The village is the same as last time. Though this is a game, the scenery changes with time. A small village I had visited earlier had been wasted in a couple of days, destroyed by a dragon. As a player who visited the village before its destruction, I had unlocked a quest to kill the dragon. Which is impossible for the current me. Dragons are the strongest race in this game. Even a young weakling dragon is as strong as a level 40 warrior. The dragon that attacked the village was an adult dragon. It's beyond me to complete the quest now. After I received the sword, I was on my way to grind again. That's all I am doing other than doing quests. Players had started forming clans, parties and guilds. Taking on quests together, completing missions and taking on dungeons. After all, it's been 3 months since the official release of the game and I had managed to reach level 100 just a week ago. Though my classes weren't impressive, most of them were mediocre at best. Unlocking and finding rare and powerful classes this early in the game is very difficult. The developers hadn't even started most of the quest with a rare class as a reward. I was strong among the current player base but not the strongest. Seeing the state of the game, I didn't rush to grind and max my level. I was getting bored just grinding. I was completing a lot of quests, stacking up on rewards. I had evolved to Greater Doppelganger and next came the Faceless One. A class equaling Shapeshifter and Eclipse. I had to say my build was very weak. Probably one of the worst builds I could have built. Well, this is what happens when you reject your neighborhood-friendly AI when building your character. Less than glad you understand greater than. Yes, but I still wish to play the game as I wish. I don't want you spoiling it. Since I had maxed out my character, it was time for me to challenge the dragon. The chances of failure are high, as my build is weak, it's because of only one reason. Defense. My whole build is concentrated on attacking. My magical attack stats, for example, are off the charts. As for defense, it's the worst. So even after maxing, I had to wait to get my hands on good equipment to protect me. Now that I have stocked up on HP and MP potions with good armor, I can finally challenge the dragon. I have to get the recipe for the MP potion and learn the skill to brew it before they decide to remove it. So many things to do but I am alone to do all that. Maybe when I create my guild then maybe. Now for the dragon, usually when you challenge a boss monster, you don't do it alone. It's a suicide mission. The dragon I am going to challenge is one such example. You typically need a party of 6 to a group of parties or what they call here, a raiding party. Depending on the level of difficulty of the mission. My build isn't balanced and mostly focuses on attacking. I have focused on learning as many spells, all the while keeping the spells as diverse as possible. As for my stats, I have focused on improving only MP and magical attack stats. The rest are garbage, even the HP stat isn't different. After getting ready, I teleported near a certain mountain, where the dragon is supposed to be resting after destroying the village. I hadn't been given the location of the hideout but clues at the scene. All I could infer from those clues was that the dragon was on a mountain. Which mountain I was unsure of. If it's in a mountain then, the mountain is from which world? All I had was questions but with world's help, I was able to crack it. As I had ordered her previously to not spoil the game, she was honoring her part of the deal by not interfering majorly, though I wonder if it's within her character to act as such. Note: do comment your opinion, it gives me motivation to write faster. Also drop a review. I'll try my level best to upload next chapters as soon as possible. I still have to write them but so was true for this or my previous chapters. I don't stock chapters like some authors here in webnovel. I write a chapter, whether it is 1 or 2 and upload it. I am waiting to hear your thoughts about the fanfic till this chapter. If I can identify my mistakes then I can rectify them going forward so, your feedback will be helpful. The end. Drop a comment and leave a review. Be it negative or positive but make sure to give a constructive criticism. Also if you think you can add anything of value to the FIC, then you are more than welcome to comment. Any thoughts or questions, ask them in the comment section. I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. Have some idea about my story? Comment it and let me know.